Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, guten Tag. Welcome to Markkleeberg in Germany. This is Canoe Slalom World Cup action at its very, very best. Our second Canoe Slalom World Cup event of the season, and we have got a fantastic day of action lined up for you today. It's the men's and women's K1 semi-finals and finals. Beautiful course here. Look at that. That is Markkleeberg. That is on the outskirts of Leipzig here in Germany. Of course, this venue built back in 2006. It was part of the bid for Leipzig to host the 2012 Summer Olympics. Of course, that never happened. But the good thing that came out of that is we have this beautiful venue here. Cracking day again, warm, very hot yesterday. It's going to be hot again today. Temperatures expected to be in the mid to high 30s. Can you believe it? 25 gates, 6 upstream. Just one of those upstream gates in the first 13 gates. There's some really tricky parts of the course today, and in a moment I'll introduce my guest who can explain where the races will be won and lost. We'll kick off with the women's kayak semi-final in just a moment, followed by the men's, and then the action from the final. The 10 best paddlers in the men's and the women's coming up for you later on this morning. Georgina Collin, you might remember, she was part of the commentary team last week. She's been kind enough to join us again this week. Jeannie, great to have you on board. Are you excited? It's going to be a great day's racing.
It looks like it's a really great start list, and the course looks like it's really tough. They've given the athletes a lot of options, whether they want to go direct, spin, so it should be a really interesting semi-final to watch.
It's a really beautiful course, a great location here in Markkleeberg. Have you paddled here much before?
No, I don't think a lot of athletes have paddled here much, so it's really great because you do see quite often the home course advantage really pulls athletes through, but here it seems that everybody's kind of on an even standing, and it makes the racing really interesting.
Yeah, it's, as I said, built in 2006. I think the biggest event ever hosted here was the 2015 Euro Championships. But we're about to get underway. First athlete on the starting blocks is Cindy Polschel, 31 years of age. This is her local course, of course. She would know this better than anyone, and we're going to get a good look early on, Jeannie, about where the tricks are in this course. What did you think watching yesterday? Where's the tough part?
I just had a look as I was walking up this morning, and down the bottom there's a really tricky stopper move, and it looks like there's a lot of places where you can lose time, but not many places where you can make up time.
Yeah.
So
last night I was walking around the course with some of the athletes, and they're all saying around gate 14, 15, 16 looks really challenging. So we're about to come up to that part of the course now, so we'll see how they go. What sort of pressure's on you when you're the first one, or in the first 4 or 5 on the course?
yeah, I guess because you haven't had the opportunity to watch the other girls do it, you're just hoping that your race plan is everyone else's race plan. But so far she looks like she's really executed all her moves really nicely, and now she's going for the direct. Oh, she's doing the backup 15 to 16. She really managed that nicely. Oh, and she's just touched the outside pole on that upstream. Now she's coming into this stop across.
I suppose if the athletes could have a choice of who they want first up on the course, it would be good to have a local out there to show them.
Ricarda Funk, every time.
Yeah.
You'd want to watch her. So much to learn.
She will be the last athlete off this morning. She was so impressive yesterday. So we'll see how she goes, looking to make amends for last week. But this has been not a bad run here from
Cindy's
done this. As I was just say that, she's just had another big touch.
Yeah, she's got now 3 touches, but this has been a super solid run. She's not happy with that.
She's not happy about it, but you've got the score on the board, and everyone else now has to beat it. But no, she's very disappointed. I think on her home course she probably expected to go a lot better.
Next up, Sonia Stanovska.
Just 21 years of age, Sona. Very exciting for the future. Loves paddling.
She's nailed that first stagger.
She rarely misses an event, and she was a bit disappointed last week, I think, not making it through to past the qualifiers. So she's gone one step further this week already. She's young, but she's strong, isn't she? She's really powerful.
Super strong.
From a very strong paddling family.
Coached by her dad. You just watch like the pressure that she puts on her blade.
She's already a couple of seconds up there on the top part of the course. As you said, she nailed a couple of those early moves. Coming down, though, now to the tricky part of the of this course. Gates 14 onwards are going to be the real test, and of course, Jeannie, from there on, your arms, every part of your body's starting to ache, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, as I said, beautiful day, great conditions.
Oh, she's just clipped the outside pole with her paddle, I think. Sweeping around that pole.
Her time's still considerably faster, though. She is only the second paddler on the course.
Oh, and she's nailed that. That was awesome. I think she's picked up a lot of time in there. So now she's just going to be holding it together until the end. This tough stopper move as well. Goes for the spin.
Yeah, I think she'd be pretty happy with the way this is going. As the second athlete out on the course. There's a touch there as well, maybe, was there?
Yeah,
yes, there was, yeah.
Another paddle touch. So that'll be 6 seconds and penalties added to her time.
So both our first two athletes have had 6 seconds of penalties already. I think we're starting to see just where the tough parts of the course are. We're going to, and of course, all the athletes who are coming later are walking around watching these athletes paddling, aren't they? They will be studying what they're doing.
Some of them will, some of them won't. I think it will depend what your race prep is and how you learn and how you want to prepare, I guess.
So this is the first of two Russian athletes going in a row here. This is Canoe-Kayak. She's just 24 years of age. Not a lot of experience at World Cup level, but she's the future, I suppose. Russia, of course, are heading off to the Olympics. Good strong representation. She's not going, of course, but in the future, who knows where she might go. But at this stage, no penalties, but just taking it steady up the top of the court. Oh, I speak too soon. This is what I do every time.
Yes.
People tell me, don't.
Oh, no.
Please don't say I'm going well, they say.
Yeah. Tell me I'm doing terribly.
Is it when the weather's hot like it is here, Jeannie, is it make any difference for the paddlers?
Look, the Europeans do complain about it. Coming from Australia, I don't really feel it. I mean, obviously, I think ideal is something in the mid-20s, but yeah, yesterday was tough. I guess because there's no shade, I think you really feel it.
Yeah, it's the tents around the course here. If you dare to spend longer than 5 minutes in there, you get a good perspiration up it.
Yes, you really do.
There aren't a lot of trees around here, even though if you look out on the out from the venue, there's a lot of great greenery to see.
Oh, no.
She's struggling to get...
I
think she's missed that. There's a 50 there, so that's disappointing. Our first 50 of the day.
That'll be disappointing for her. She started off really strong and really aggressive. It's really great to see her still sprinting to that finish line, finishing it off. But she's very young, and I think she was really happy to be in the semi-final.
56 seconds. So she had 6 seconds plus the 50. And yeah, they're doing it tough. Here's the second of the more experienced of the Russians.
And she's just sailed past the inside of pole of 2, but she's paddling back to get it. It's really great when you see the athletes paddling back to get the gates.
So she's, as I mentioned, 36 years old, been to the Olympics twice. So she's certainly had the experience. She knows how to deal with pressure situations. And at the moment, she would have been sitting up at the top. Oh, struggling to get a little bit of that stopper as well. There's going to be some real challenges here today, I think, for some of the athletes. They're going to really struggle with some of those stopper crosses there. They're really calling on all your strength.
Yeah, and also because the back part of the course is quite loaded with hard moves, I think it's also in your mind that you don't want to really be going all out at that top. You want to save a bit of energy for the bottom.
So no penalties yet, but she did have to paddle back to get a gate she missed. So she really needs, if she wants to be in the mix here, really needs to be clean for the rest of her run, having had to paddle back. at the moment, nobody's even gone close to going through clean.
She's done that really solidly.
Yeah, she's not taking too many risks at the moment, is she? She's just making sure that she
I think she's just finishing off the run. It would be really interesting to see which athletes do gate 22 as a spin and which athletes do it as direct.
what would be the more risky?
Direct.
Direct would be much more risky, yeah.
But faster if you do it well.
Yep. Maybe we won't see too much of that in the semis.
All right, next off we have Natalia Paciepnik from Poland, the silver medalist from last weekend.
She was good, wasn't she, last week?
Yes, amazing. Her upstreams, she nailed every single one of them. It was awesome.
Ooh, yep, she's
Like
worked
that.
hard. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, she must have thought she had a gold medal coming to Poland, and then she got pipped by her teammate.
Yeah.
Gold and silver for Poland last weekend. It was a really impressive performance. They had such an intense battle in Poland for that one Olympic spot. It's so mean, it's so cruel, isn't it, that the whole qualification in some countries where you have athletes who are of a very similar level trying for one spot. Of course, only one person can go to the Olympics, so she's doing, yeah, that's nice.
She's done a good job to keep off that pole.
A couple of touches though already, which will make it challenging
3
for her.
seconds down on the split, but that was a really nice upstream, and she's out tight and she's sprinting towards 19. We'll see how she goes on that stopper crossing. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
In and out on a sweep.
She had to do 2 runs yesterday to get through. She made a bit of a mess of her first run, so she had to do the 2 runs. So she's had a couple of runs already this weekend on the course. This will be her.
Back off from 22 to 23. That was super fast. I think this will be a really competitive time. She's had a really fast bottom section.
I think she's going to be quickest. Yep,
6 seconds
6
up.
seconds quickest.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and 2 gate touches.
So she's picked up 9 seconds on Sonia on that bottom bit, which is really amazing.
Yeah, so we're now starting to see some serious times coming through. Who have we got on now? We've got another of the Russians, Ekaterina Perova, who is 35. Only ever made 1 World Cup final, I think. So all in front of her here to get through to the final 10. It's quite challenging little cross there, isn't it?
It is. She's handled it really well. This is looking like a really nice start of a run.
As I mentioned in the introduction, there's only 1 upgate in the first 13, so does that give you a chance to really pin your ears back and go for it and try and pick up a bit of time up the top? Or
I guess all athletes are different, which is the beauty of our sport, but I think if I just had downstreams until gate 13, I'd be a bit stressed. You get to take a little bit of a break in the upstreams. Like you get
really? Is it a break?
Well,
it looks
you
to
get
me
to
like
take a
such
breath.
hard work. I look at the upstreams and I think, I could never do that in a million years. And you're saying you just take a break from doing upstreams.
It's possibly why I'm not in the semi-final today.
You had a bit of bad luck.
She's up on that second split, but we know that Natalia's bottom section was really amazing, so we'll see how she holds up.
We also know that Natalia had a couple of touches though, and she's not had any touches yet. So
This might be our first clean run.
oh no, there's a.
no.
Oh, what's she going to do? Yep, she's got it. She's got it. That was good on her. That took a. Oh, there's a touch there though, so we spoke too soon again. But she had to work really hard to get through that gate, so that'll take a bit of time off her as well. So she's going to be out of top 3 where she finished. Oh, she's finished third at the moment. So a little bit disappointed at the back end there. Now, every now and then you see one of the top athletes sneaking in at the bottom end of and here's one of them, Yana Dukatova, who is, I mean, she's a 2-time Olympian. Back in 2006, she was a world champion. I mean, she's done it all. She's got nothing to prove in this sport, but she's still going strong. She's loving it. She loves paddling. 38 years old, so it's got all that experience behind her.
Up by almost 2 seconds on the first split. Yeah, she had a baby in, I think, 2017 or 2018, and she's on the comeback. And it's really great to see her still paddling, because you know that she just does it because she loves it.
And from such a strong paddling nation, I mean, it's in your blood there. You're born with a paddle in your hand almost.
It was a super nice back off. We'll see almost 4 seconds up on that split. Amazing.
And this is the thing for a semi-final field. If you have a top-class athlete who's had to go through a second run to get through, they can go out there and put a time down, which is going to put a little bit of stress on all the athletes who are still to come. And, you know, if Jana can go through here and post something which is going to make the rest of them sit up and start strength. Oh, she's working. Oh my goodness, she's going to really have to work hard.
Oh, that was amazing.
Wow.
She really pulled that off. That was awesome.
Just the work she had to do to get across there.
You see that experience in that, like...
I mean, it must have felt like an absolute eternity that she was sitting there.
109. Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that last stop across.
Yeah, but she's clean. She's the first athlete through clean, so that's pretty incredible. Now, Victoria Wolfart off to the Olympics after an incredible battle in Austria for that one Olympic spot. I think they only determined it this week.
Last weekend in Prague.
Yeah, so
it's been really hard for all of the athletes having the Olympics postponed, because it means that some of the selection spots have reopened. But yeah, it's really great to see Vicky going, because she qualified this for it in 2019, and then because of the postponement it was reopened. So I think this is her little victory lap this weekend. She must be really stoked to be able to go.
It would be the first time that she's paddled for a long time without that stress.
Yes, for sure.
So we might see something special, because we saw a couple of seasons ago, Vicky she stormed onto the scene and she was just such a revelation. But we haven't seen the best of her for a little while now, so maybe we're about to see something special come out now. Let's hope so, because she's a fantastic paddler, does the K1 and the C1.
Yeah, and 3 seconds up.
Yeah, she's really putting something special together here, which is great to see.
Oh, and she's just touched that downstream, but she's really holding it together, and a lot of the athletes have a lot of penalties, so I'm sure she can absorb it.
Time's still pretty competitive. She can just hold it together. Hold it together on this.
She lost a little bit of time there, but she's really held it together. Out of that last upstream, and then the sprint to the finish. I think she'll end up a little bit out of Natalia's time, but this was a super nice run.
Yeah, 2 seconds out. So Natalia's time is looking pretty, with the 2 gate touches, looking pretty competitive at the moment. Another of our athletes that we would expect to be closer to the top of the start list than the bottom, but she also had to do 2 runs yesterday. Camille Prigem from France.
Camille is like a little pocket rocket. She is tiny but so strong. You just watch her boat jump when she puts strokes in.
I remember when she won the, I think it was the under-23 World Championships in 2018, she was so focused and just so determined that day, and just really, she was never going to get beaten. And I think when she gets that steely look in her eyes, she can be quite formidable. Missed out on the Olympics, of course, which would have been a great disappointment for her. But she's 23, and you know the next Olympics are in Paris, so I'm sure she's very focused on trying to get there in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, and she's putting down a very nice run so far. Been in between the poles. As I say that, she's 8:15.
Just a slight touch on it.
But she's still almost 6 seconds up on that split.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, Jeannie, how some of the athletes react, not so much in the short term, but in the long term, to this whole Olympic qualification, and some who missed out, who are going to be very disappointed. on the upside, there's only 3 years until the next Olympics, so it's not as long an Olympic cycle, but for some of them that have devoted so much time and effort to try and get there and to not have got there and fallen at the final hurdle, you've got to pick yourself up again and get back out there and do it again. This is nice. Yep, very good. Awesome. Really good time. So she's gone to the top 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds. And with a single gate touch there, she could have been really good without the touch.
Next up is Lena Tunissen. I really like how Lena paddles. She's super aggressive. She has a very fast stroke rate, and I think she's very consistent in her racing. She knows this course quite well because the Dutch have their selection races here most years.
That's interesting. Yeah, she was one of our commentators last weekend. Excellent. We had such good commentators last weekend, Jeannie, including yourself, of course. Of course, the Dutch will be in Tokyo. Martina Wegman, who is paddling very shortly, will be going for the Dutch team this year. Lena is, she's only 23, so she's
still young.
A couple of Olympics in front of her yet.
Yeah, and it was a really fierce fight between her and Martina for that Olympic spot. In the end, Lena qualified the spot, but Martina won the selections. She's just picked up a touch on 14, but she's done that crossing really nicely, and she's just 3 seconds down on Camille, but we saw that Camille was almost 6 seconds up on Natalia, so she's still in the race. She's done that crossing really nicely. Oh, and she just sweeps in and out. It was awesome.
Notice there's an asterisk now next to Natalia's, which is quite belated. She was on the course ages ago, so I don't know what they picked up. But like, no. That's going to be a 50.
Yeah.
Just lost balance there, Jeannie.
Yeah, she was a bit late on that back off. That'll be really disappointing for her. And it was a really great run before
Up
that.
until there, yeah. And then, you can see the disappointment. Just lost her balance there, and there was no way of correcting it. She wasn't going to get back up there, was she? After she'd done that.
Ida Novak. She's been on the circuit for a really long time, but she's still really young.
27, yeah.
Yeah. She's improved so much in the last few years. I'd say she's one of the strongest, most dedicated athletes on the circuit. It's really awesome to see her consistently being in the top 20 these days.
Of course, from Slovenia. So, plenty of good whitewater options in Slovenia for training. Yeah. And of course, Tussin is one of the best courses to build up your strength in the world, isn't it? It's such a tough demand. Oh, she's also lost her balance there. But her time, she got a 50. This gate was at 12.
Yeah, I don't think she got her full head in.
Of course, they will review what they always do with those sorts of calls, but the early call is that she didn't. Just explain, Jeannie, what you have to get through the gate for people watching at home.
So you need to get your whole head in the gate and part of your boat. And I think she might not have gotten her whole head in, but I'm sure they'll do video review and we'll see if it gets taken off.
Yeah, so for those who are just watching for the first time, if you touch a gate, it's a 2-second penalty. If you go through the wrong way, or if you miss it altogether, it's a bit, that's proving tough.
Oh, but she managed it really well.
If you go through the gate the wrong way or miss it completely, then it's a 50-second penalty. Very few people have won medals after picking up a 50-second penalty. In fact, I don't know that it's ever happened.
Oh, and it would have been the fastest time so far without that 50. Oh, and I think, they'll review it.
They will review it for sure. She doesn't look like, she looks unhappy with it.
Next up, Toni Galushkova from the Czech Republic. She's been incredibly successful as a junior. She's done 2 years on the under-23s, been very successful those years as well. She's got such a smooth paddling style. I admire Toni so much. She just looks unbothered by everything. She keeps her cool no matter what is going on.
I mean, she's a two-time junior world champion. I remember in 2017 when she won her first junior world, I couldn't believe that she was as young as she was, because she was so, as you said, Jeannie, she was so calm and so mature.
Yeah.
And has just then went back in 2019, won the juniors again. She's still only 20. I mean, this is the future of this sport. She is going to be a star for years to come.
Yeah, yeah. She comes from a really big paddling family. Her father, Vlada, is the maker of gala sport boats. Oh, that was super tight, but she managed it really nicely, and she's stayed off those poles.
She's, of course, from the Czech Republic. They have a lot of good, strong paddlers there, but she's certainly proven, oh, she's gone very, very deep there, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Just not quite panning out now the way she would have liked. A couple of gate touches as well, and then another one there. So unfortunately this is not going to be good enough to get her in the mix for the finals, but it's all a learning experience every time. When you're 20 years old, you might be a two-time junior world champion, but you still need to get that experience, and maybe, you know, she'll take something from this effort today for sure. So 8th fastest at the moment, 9 seconds down on Cammie's time. Disappointed.
Martina Wegman, our next Dutch paddler, off to Tokyo. The first Olympics.
Spends a lot of time down in New Zealand, of course. In fact, ended up locked down in New Zealand.
Yeah, during Corona.
She was saying, I remember she sent me a couple of messages saying, do you think I'm going to be able to get to Europe? Am I going to be able to get there for the World Cups? And what would I know? I'm just a mere foot soldier. But yeah, I mean, I think early on she was thinking, this is great, you know, I can paddle down here, because none of the Europeans could get down to Australia or New Zealand for the usual
summer training.
So she thought this was great, but I think towards the end she was starting to think, actually, I've had enough of this now. I'm really sick of it.
I think she missed the competition.
She certainly did. And so when she finally got over here, it was a bit of a mystery to her just where she would be compared to everybody else.
But she's really looking amazing at the moment. She only started slalom when she was 24 years old. She changed from creeking and big water kayaking to slalom, and she's improved so much every year. It's really amazing. Her and Luca Jones both started quite late, and I think it's a big inspiration for a lot of people who don't come from kayaking families.
Yeah, and we know how popular wild water paddling is, and creeking, and you can see her creeking experience when she does extreme. Of course, she's very good at the extreme slalom.
She's done a really good job. Oh, but then she's touched the inside pole. But she's got a really nice time, and it's just a sprint to the finish. We'll see how she places. Third. I think she'll be kicking herself for that last touch.
I'm really interested to find out why that asterisk is still there next to Natalia's name.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while, so I'm not sure what the investigation is all about, but as soon as we get information, we'll let you know. Now, the second of the French athletes, this is young Romani Prigent, of course, a cousin of Cammie's. Just 22. Ooh, is that okay?
Yeah, but she's nailed it. Super fast in and out.
Just 22. Last year she won the gold medal at the World Cup in Tucson, which was very exciting for her, and sort of made her statement that she was someone to watch in the future.
Super impressive. I think that might have been one of her first World Cups, and definitely her first year on the senior team. And to win a medal at in your first season, it's incredible. She's really improved so much in the last few years. She's similar to Cammie, like such a little pocket rocket. Like, you just see she's got so much speed.
Such a powerful paddling family, the Prigents in France. I think we'll see them on the scene for many years to come, and at the Olympics and World Championships level. This has been a good run so far.
Well.
Yeah, this has been nice and clean, and fast.
She's picked up a lot of time on a lot of her upstreams. We'll see how she goes with this last hard move.
Oh, gee, that is a tough one, isn't it? That is like a carbon copy of Yana Dukotova's move through those gates. Just such a hard maneuver.
She's got a really nice time though. It's just that sprint to the finish.
She's not going to be the quickest, but she could be in the top 3. Yes, 3rd fastest at the moment.
I think she's happy with that.
Yep. The asterisk has come off Natalia's time and it hasn't been changed, so she still sits 2nd. And Cami Prijan is the one they're all chasing at the moment.
Next off, Eliška Mintalova, also headed off to Tokyo, and another very young athlete.
22.
She's got a very aggressive paddling style. Her stroke rate and her aggression is just amazing to watch. She's so intensely focused on the poles.
Yeah, she was a junior silver medalist back in 2017.
Yeah, on her home course in Bratislava.
Exactly, yep. So, fast at the moment too. She's up by more than half a second. She just needs to hold it together now for the rest of the course. The toughest part of the course, would you agree, Jeannie, at the moment is the bottom half. It seems to be where the race is won or lost.
Yeah, I guess when you have such tough moves down the bottom and the athletes start to get tired, that's when you start to see a bit more mistakes coming on. Oh, just picked up a touch there.
2 touches now for Eliška, unfortunately, which will make it very difficult for her. Only
still close on that split.
Yeah, only 2 athletes though have been through so far without any penalties, so you can still get a gate touch and be competitive at this stage. Of course, we're still a way off the top 10 paddlers being out there, but a gate touch doesn't necessarily rule you out of the mix just yet.
She's putting together a really nice run. A little bit deep in there, but I think this is going to rival Cami's time, maybe, or it will hopefully go into top 3.
Yeah, just outside, I think, yeah. 5th, 3 seconds off. Just those 2 gate touches.
Yeah.
She would have... yeah, she'd be the fastest if she hadn't had those touches. But coulda, shoulda, woulda, as they say. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Okay, next on the course, the young German. She was very impressive. Last week made the final in Prague. 7th in the final, so a great result for Elena Appel. You always expect big things from her. She's so promising.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've not seen the best from her yet. When she nails a good run, it's something to behold. So I think last week, either in the qualifying or the semi, she was the fastest on the course. So I think in the qualifying from memory.
She's very fast. She's got such good intensity. You watch her just look at her line and execute her line.
Former Junior World Championship silver medalist.
She's only just off Cami's sprint. Oh, we'll see if she can hold it together down this bottom.
If she can stay clean, she should be up there in the top 3, definitely.
Yeah.
She's so close to the split at the moment.
Yeah.
I think this is not her home course though, is it? I think she's based in Augsburg, so...
She's done that really well.
Really fast.
I think this might go into the lead. She's really nailed this bottom section.
She could go under 100 here. She might go under 100, which will be, no, she'll be just over. Just over.
Awesome.
Whoa, look at that time. That is super impressive.
And look at the happiness. Oh, it's great to see the athletes so happy.
Yeah, that is a really impressive run from Elena Appel. She is now top of the leaderboard, just over the 100 seconds. That is the challenge now that has been laid down to the rest of the field. But the first one who's going to take up that challenge,
Evita Chil, she's also on her way to Tokyo.
Reigning world champion.
Yeah. Yeah, her race in 2019 in Laseo was amazing. She nailed the last upstream. She's so good at executing things under pressure.
Just missed the final last week. I think she was 11th. So that would have been very disappointing for Eva. I know she prides herself on her professionalism and determination to always give it her best. So to not make the final last week, I think would have been incredibly frustrating. So she's got a bit of a point to prove this week.
Oh, she's just caught that wave a bit weirdly, but she's handled it so well.
She was super impressive in the World Championships when she won. When I mean, that was the pressure race of the last 3 years, 4 years. That was the Olympic qualification race. That was where everything was on the line.
Yeah.
And she came out and not only booked that ticket to Tokyo, but also won the world title. And it was super impressive how much she really thrived under the pressure. And she's putting it together now. She's a bit...
This was awesome. In and out, that was a really speedy upstream.
Just stay clean now and you'll be fine. She'll...
See how she goes in this last tough move. Oh, she's taking it direct.
Oh.
Oh, she's pulled it off.
Yeah. So if you were watching now and you were still to go on the course, would you take the direct move?
Oh, I don't know. You're so tired down there. You need to be so confident. Into second.
Second place. Clean run again though, so she's shown that can be done. Top 2 times now are very, very fast. Yeah, I just wonder, you know, if you were Jess Fox or Ricardo Funk and you were watching now, would you think, shall I go direct or will I take the risk in a semi-final? Or am I fast enough to, I mean, if they get an early touch, maybe they will. Maybe they'll have to.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it very interesting. Well, this lady, she really does need no introduction. She's, well, in 2016, she was the best in the world. Mayan Giroux from Spain. She won the Olympic gold medal. I haven't seen the best of her since Rio, but, you know, you just know that whenever she's on the course, something very special could happen. Last week, she was 6th in Prague. I mean, she's been around for long enough now. Well, she's 38, so she just knows how to time her preparation for an Olympic Games, and I don't think she gets too flustered if she doesn't, you know, win gold medals at World Cups and all that sort of stuff. She has one big goal at the end. Of course, I'm sure she'd love to pick up a gold medal. She'd love to be in the final. Just so she's tiny, so
yeah,
you know, someone so tiny to see how powerful she is.
1.5 seconds down, still clean. Yeah, she's super strong and very small, and she's just got so much experience.
Clean at the moment and looking tidy. Very tidy paddler, isn't she?
Yeah, very tidy.
Oh, she's gone direct as well, and
she's really pulled that off nicely.
Yep, no
just
doubt.
Keeping it together into that last upstream.
And not giving the judges any work to do, which is so important, isn't it?
She's been very in the middle of the poles into third. It was a very solid run from Ireland.
I mean, you see some of the athletes, don't you, Jeannie, who they don't mind making the judges work. You know, they'll cut corners where they can, but it's really living on a knife edge, isn't it? And if you want to make the risk, well.
All right, next off, Ursula Kragel. She's come back super strong from a shoulder injury in 2019, and she's really burst back onto the circuit after taking a bit of time off to recover from that. She just missed out on the Olympic selection, but the Slovenian team is super strong.
She was in Rio, of course. I think she finished 9th in the final in Rio. So yeah, look, it was one of the countries that had this. Oh, she's fast
up
too.
By 0.02.
4th in the 2018 World Championships. So definitely we know what she's capable of if she can put together a good run. Today she's going to need a good run to get up there, challenge the top 3. Any mark around the 102nd now is what they'll all be looking at.
Yeah, I really love Ursula's paddling style. She's not super aggressive, but she just puts her boat in the right place, and you watch her take so much speed from the water.
Still nice and clean. Time is
a little bit sticky, but she's chucked on that upstream edge, and she's handled it super nicely. She's not really lost much time. We'll see if she goes for the direct or the spin here. Going for the spin.
She's going safe, which is, oh, and a good spin. Oh, yes, nice.
She did a really good job keeping off that pole.
So there we have an indication. Some of the better athletes now are going to go for the spin, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. That could be the gate where it's won or lost, but her time is going to be a bit out, unfortunately.
Into fifth.
Into fifth, which at this stage we've still got quite a lot of the field to come, so she might struggle to hold on there.
Next off, Anna Satila, a very exciting paddler to watch. Very aggressive, very close to the poles.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about people taking risks and making judges work, Anna Satila does it better than anyone. She really flies by the seat of her pants every time she's on the course, and I mean, if you're a photographer, you would just sit there at the finish line and get her reaction at the end of every run, because she's so expressive. And if things go wrong, or if she picks up a 50 that's been so tight, you can tell on her face she's thinking, well, I took the risk, so why aren't you rewarding me?
Up by 1 second on that top bit. That's awesome. She's just got such aggression. You see her stroke rate, like she's just turning that paddle over.
So much power, and I mean, she was so young in London, incredibly young. I mean, she'd barely been walking for
yeah.
And Rio, she was so disappointed in front of a home crowd not to be able to deliver. She really feels like she's got something to show,
awesome.
And she's working so, wow, she's still so
still
fast.
Up on that split.
Now, come on, Anna, don't throw it away. Don't make the judges work. Ooh.
Yeah, that was great. She's kept such nice speed in.
Okay, my heart's starting to beat a little bit fast here as we come across to this gate, because I don't know what's going to happen. She's
going for the spin.
Going for the spin. Good, sensible girl.
Double spin, and
oh,
that was very close. And she's swept that last upstream, and she's out super fast.
Okay, she's clean, she's fast, where's she going? She went
into second.
Into second, clean, so far.
You see she's not happy with it.
I think she's a bit nervous about that gate. There was a gate there that looked a little bit tricky.
Tight, yeah.
There's no asterisk. So fingers crossed that that'll be okay. I think that's a competitive time. I think she will go close there, very close. We're going to start seeing the qualifiers.
Noemi Fox. This was her best placing in a semi-final, in her heats to get into the semi-final. She took a bit of time off last year, but she's come back super, super strong. Yes. Just sweeping around that pole.
She's been focusing a lot on her studies and her work, trying to get her foothold in the media industry, and doing very well. Great to see her back paddling, and great to see her paddling strong as well. She's, of course, the Fox dynasty.
Yes.
Reigns supreme in Australia, doesn't it, Jeannie? And
yeah. Yeah, but she's doing this all really nicely.
So at the moment, the top three: Elena Apple, Anna Satila, Eva Terschel, and the Olympic gold medalist sitting fourth at the moment. We're going to start seeing from here. Yeah, well, no, two more, and then we'll start seeing the top 10, and we'll start seeing who's going to go through to our final this afternoon.
Oh, and she's just popped off that wave a little bit.
She's dropped a bit low there.
She's finishing it off really nicely, keeping that intensity.
Naomi's actually the 10th. So there'll be, from here on, we'll start to see who's...
Oh, she pulled that off, I think.
Did she?
No, she didn't.
No, she did not.
Oh, no. I thought that was awesome.
That's your Australian bias coming through there, Jenny. Come on.
I thought that was going to be awesome. Oh, it's such a shame for Noemi to finish off the run like that, but yeah. I think she's just happy to be in the boat and out here racing. I think she's a bit surprised about that 50.
Does she look like she accepts that 50 or not? Is that a look of acceptance, or is that a look of indignation?
Next off, Evie Liebfrath.
Well,
super exciting.
What are we going to see from this teenager? Just remember, folks, as you watch this lady going down the course, she's just 17 years old.
Going to be watching her on your screens for decades.
Are you ever? and American fans be prepared, because in Los Angeles in 2028, this girl is going to be absolutely awesome and carrying the hopes, unless someone else comes out of the woodwork, of course. She'll be carrying the hopes of the American nation in the canoe slalom. Elena Apple is now through to the final. We can confirm that, which is great for Elena. Evie, I mean, she was without doing anything illegal, was sneakily paddling when well before she was of legal age to do so.
She's been in a boat since she could walk, I think. Her dad, Lee, is her coach, and
she's fast too already.
Yeah.
Just does homeschooling so that she can focus on her training and spend so much time in Europe.
Yeah, she's starting university next year, and she's really amazing. You just watch her turn her paddle over. She just keeps this amazing intensity. She must have the heart of a horse. Like, it's amazing. I don't know how her cardiovascular system copes with that, but you
as
just...
a 17-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She did. I remember Jeannie, the first weekend she came to one of our events. She did the K one, she did the C one. She then also entered herself in the extreme, and this is in Tussin, which is one of the toughest courses. And we thought, my God, this girl, she was 15, I think, or just 16. Amazing. And look at this, she's World Championship gold medal, a World Cup gold medal here, a couple of seasons back. So, not here, sorry, in Tussin.
She handled that
no,
she just touched the inside pole though.
Time was quite good up until then.
Yeah.
So she might, at this stage, unless she can really nail the bottom, she may be one of the ones that decides that she needs to go straight now, go direct to pick up some time.
She's done that really awesomely. You just watched her boat jump on that stopper, and this upstream as well, really nicely. We'll see what she decides to do. She's done that direct.
No. She took the decision to take the risk, and it's cost her a 50.
Oh, you see her face as well. She's angry.
They haven't put the 50 up yet, but I'm pretty certain that she didn't go anywhere near that gate, did she?
No.
It's pending. I don't know what's pending.
And we can see that Ida Novak has gotten her 50-second penalty taken off, and she's gone into 5th.
Right.
So now we've got Maya Lenshu sitting on the bubble as Claudia Zielinska comes down. World Cup gold medalist from last weekend, her first World Cup medal, and she's also another really young paddler.
I loved her honesty in her interview after the race last week, Jeannie, when she was just talking about the emotional strain that she'd been under. There's a touch there. The emotional strain she'd been under with the whole Olympic qualification process and what it had meant for her, and the relief for her to be able to get to the Olympics, and just the relief that showed, and the relaxation that she had paddling last week in that final, and she won that gold medal. Early touch here, though, is going to make things difficult.
Yeah, it was such a tough Olympic selection process for a lot of athletes because it was so drawn out. Instead of it just being a 6-month or 12-month process, it ended up being, 24 or 48 months.
Yeah, and some of those nations like Great Britain and to a certain extent Australia, who did select athletes early, the athletes have had forever to think about what's going to happen, and I don't know whether that's a better or worse. So Eva Terschel has gone through. She's through now to the final as well, which will be great for Eva. There's still an asterisk next to Steffi Horn. They haven't given her that 50. Maybe my eyes. I am getting quite old, Jeannie, so maybe my eyes play tricks on me, but I didn't think she went anywhere near that gate.
Oh, that was a really nice spin. She just kept the pressure on the inside stroke.
Unfortunately for Claudia, I don't think there's going to be a final this week.
No, with 2 touches, it's very unfortunate. But I think, as she said, just the relaxation, she's happy. Oh, not happy with that.
No, that's not one of her better runs, probably. Now, this girl here, we talk about the emotions and the risk factor. We know what Mallory Franklin's capable of. She's not doing the K1 in the Olympics. I think she would love to be doing it, of course, but she's not. There's a touch
early touch.
That would annoy you, wouldn't it, as an athlete? There's not really an excuse to do that. And now she's got to find 2 seconds somewhere else on the course because of that. It's just frustrating for her, but we know that she's strong enough. If anyone can pick up 2 seconds somewhere else on the course, it's Mallory Franklin.
Yeah, so she's only a second and a half down on that first split, even with the 2 second penalty. Oh, but
my God,
she's missed it.
She's going to go back for it or not?
Oh, that'll be disappointing for her.
Same thing happened last week, didn't it, Jeannie? She had a roll.
Yeah, I think so.
Semi and went through and.
But she's focusing on the C1 because that's what she's competing in Tokyo in, and she had a medal last weekend. She's looking so strong at the moment in both, and she's finishing it off really nicely, sweeping around that pole.
There'll be a bit of anger in that paddle at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit. Oh, she's done that so smoothly. It was awesome.
But for the paddlers who do double up, and there's so many of them now, Jeannie, isn't there? Oh no, that is a 50.
Yeah.
Oh, this run has gone.
She knows it.
This run has gone very pear-shaped for Mallory, unfortunately. For the athletes who do both, such an advantage is it to be able to come out and get a feel for the course on the Saturday and then come back on the Sunday having already done it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a balance between being absolutely exhausted after 3 days of non-stop racing, but also having the opportunity to try the course out a few times. But yeah, there's a lot of girls who double up now, and we've got Dan Watkins from Australia who also doubles up.
Yeah, not many of the men. I wonder if that's going to change.
Yeah. All right, Kimberly Woods, she's the Olympic boat in K1 for Great Britain.
So just to bring you up to speed, the qualified athletes so far: Apple from Germany, Satilla from Brazil, Terschel from Slovenia, the gold medalist from Rio, Charu from Spain, Novak from Slovenia.
Ida has qualified.
She has qualified.
That's awesome.
She has qualified. Now it's Cami Prigent who's sitting on the cusp.
Kimberly Woods 0.06 up on that first split.
Such rivalry in the British team between Kimberly and Mallory, two very strong, determined, headstrong young paddlers, and they are both very headstrong. A lot of emotions always on the line when these two girls are competing.
That was such an amazing back off. She did a really good job, and just 0.98 down on Eleanor's split. I don't think we've seen anyone go faster than Eleanor on that middle section. I think she had a really amazing middle section. She's nailed that crossing. She's looking very calm and composed down this bottom section. We'll see what she decides for this last stagger combination. She's going to do it direct.
Oh no.
She's just thrown her head back a bit, and again. She's been given a 50-second penalty.
That will very much disappoint her. Wow, that is such a challenge, Jenny, that gate, isn't it? It's really making...
So that will be Camille Prigent into the final, and yeah, we can see Kimberly's a bit disappointed.
Peeved.
Yes, especially after such an amazing run. Luca Jones made it over to Europe for the World Cups, using them as some test races before Tokyo Olympics.
Luca, of course, doing the K1 and the C1 as well, doing both very, very nice. Came to the C1 a little bit late.
Yeah.
But decided why not.
Yeah, and she'll be competing in both in Tokyo.
Yep.
Swept in and out of that upstream, really nice, but she's been given a 2-second penalty.
So on the cusp at the moment, Camille Prigent's through. Stephanie Horn is the next one. She's still got that asterisk next to her name. I must have missed something, but hard to tell from where we're sitting. Obviously the judges are much better placed than what we are. She still has the asterisk though, so we'll see what comes from all of that. But at the moment, Luca is tidy. Just one touch so far.
Just coming across into this back off move. She's done it really nicely, keeping off the poles. 2.5 seconds down on Eleanor's split with a touch. Really nice stopper crossing.
Of course, Luca gave New Zealand a great thrill when she won the silver medal in Rio.
Yeah, she made history.
Quite unexpected, I think. Maybe even for Luca.
Also going for the direct.
Oh, she did it well so far. Yes.
Yeah, she did a good job to get that.
Good job, Luca. That's
And I think this will
saved her a little bit of time. This is going to go close. This will be competitive.
103, 104. Yeah. She goes into 5th.
Well done, Luca Jones. Into the final. The direct move paid off for her, didn't it? At the bottom.
Yeah.
That really saved her a little bit of time. So
one of possibly the most experienced athletes on the circuit, Karina Kunle.
Yep, two-time Olympian, 33 years old, two-time world champion. Again, another... Oh.
Touched the second pole. We've seen a few penalties in the first 4 gates.
Yeah.
But if anyone can absorb a 2-second penalty, it's Karina.
Yeah, she's...
super, super strong.
Electric fast paddler. But yeah, maybe now as she's going down, she's changed. Maybe she's changed her plan. Instead of doing the spin down the bottom, she'll decide, well, I need to pick up that 2 seconds. Let's go direct.
Yeah.
Oops.
Coming through 2.2 seconds down on that first split with the 2-second penalty.
But we saw Luca Jones was about the same, wasn't she? And
yeah.
And she was able to pick up the time to get through. So she can do it.
That was super smooth, really nice and controlled.
Oh, what's going on there? No, that's okay.
Yeah, she went for the spin option there. We've not seen that yet.
No.
She's, 6 seconds down on the split.
And we're going to do something a bit special down here. Ooh.
Bit low into that upstream, but keeping the boat moving through.
Not really going the way she might have liked, I don't think. This is... I think she's lost her line a little bit, has she, Jeannie? She's just struggling to...
We'll see how she goes. Going for the spin. Oh, that was awesome. That was one of the best spins we've seen on those last few gates.
I think her time's going to be well out, though. She's not going to be in the final this afternoon, unfortunately, for Karina Kunle. But she's got the extreme slalom to look forward to. Of course, she's the gold medalist from last week.
Yeah.
So she can come back and defend her gold medal. Okay, now, this will be interesting.
Second last athlete to go, Jess Fox, graceful time.
You biased stuff, Stevie. Well, it is pretty hard to argue against it, although she dearly would love that Olympic gold medal. She's got the bronze and the silver, of course, for the Olympics.
Yes, got to complete the set.
She's a 3-time world champion, so just that one medal missing from her collection. Could this year be the year? Well, let's see how she goes in this. Steffi Horn is now through, but still has the asterisk next to her name. So nervous time. Jess is really
done that really nicely. Kept such good speed. 1.23 seconds up. Whoa, ducking off those poles.
okay though. Okay so far, yeah.
Jess
fast.
is super agile.
I wonder if she thinks in her mind that she needs to take any risks or not. So the time she needs to beat is about 106 to get through. Always a touch
ducking
there.
off those poles again.
Just a little touch, I think, coming through.
No, I think she ducked off it really nicely. And she's up on Elena's split. Coming into this stopper crossing. Nice. Oh, she's done that great. Sweeping in and out. She's just got this last stagger. We'll see what she decides, spin or direct. She's going for the direct. Getting a little bit stuck.
Oh, she had to work hard there, didn't she? She needed all her strength for that.
She did that really nicely. I think this is going to be the fastest time.
You can see her gritting her teeth, Ginny.
Yeah.
You just see her going, oh, I'm not going to let this beat me. And look at this. This is going to be an awesome time. Is she going to...
Yeah, goes into first.
Jessica Fox, and she'll know that she's got a bit of time to make up as well this afternoon in the final. She'll know now that there's a little bit of, not a lot, but a little bit of time that she can make on the bottom of the course. This is the girl, though, who could be anything. She could go under 100 here, Ricarda Funk.
Yeah.
She could be the only athlete going under 100 if she gets it together. Last week we saw in the final a rare doozy for Ricarda. Missed gate and a couple of touches we don't often see for Ricky. Off to the Olympics though, which is such a relief for her. She was so disappointed to miss out in 2016. Just let the nerves get the better of her.
Well, she's coming a little bit low, wide, but she's only 0.17 down on Jess's split. Ricarda has the most amazing strength to weight ratio. I'd say she possibly has the fastest sprint on the circuit, man or woman. And you just see her getting that speed through that flat section, moving the boat around.
So just to update you, Jeannie, Steffi Horn did get a 50, so she's out. So Ursa Kregel is through to the final. Evie Liebfrath is on the cusp. She's now sitting in 10th.
Well, you'd not want to be on the cusp when Ricarda's
When
coming
Ricarda's
down.
coming down. You would not be pinning too much hope on holding on to that 10th position. But at the moment, it's clean for Ricarda.
And see how she goes in this last stagger. Going for the spin. Oh, nailing the spin.
Yeah, tidy, very tidy.
It was awesome.
Just needs to just get through these last two skates, which shouldn't be too much
It
drama.
says that there's 2 touches pending on 8 and 9. But I think even if they put those 2 touches on her time, she'd still be through.
Oh, look at that time. That is
amazing.
That is
It's
a
awesome.
magnificent run. Let's see what happens. Even with the touches, though, as you said, Jeannie, she will be safe.
Yeah.
She'll be into the final. But look at that raw time, 98.28. There is an asterisk there. There's an asterisk next to Jess's name, Jess Fox as well. So they're looking at that as well, just to keep the Fox family on their toes. Got to keep them interested. Don't want to make it easy for them. Richard Fox sitting at home, of course, will be thinking, what the heck? So it was a fascinating morning of racing. It really, really was. And very interesting final we're going to have this afternoon. Sorry, just got blasted out of the commentary box here. Interesting racing, some interesting times, but I think we've seen, if that stays together, a quality final. Quality final this afternoon. We're going to see Ricarda Funk in awesome form, looking to make amends for last week. Jessica Fox, of course. Elena Apple, the young German. Anna Satilla, Eva Terschel, Mayan Charoux, Luca Jones, Aya Novak, Cami Prigent. And the first one off the line this afternoon will be Ursa Kregel from Slovenia. So a couple of Slovenians, a Brazilian, an Australian, a couple of Germans, Spanish, a New Zealander, and a French athlete in the final. What did you think of that? What did you think of that race, Jeannie? What do you think of the final? Ricky Funk still got the asterisk next to her name, but I don't think there'll be too many problems. Even if she does get a 2-second penalty, she'll be through. Look, let's have a look at that field. What do you think of that final field?
It's a stacked final. It's really awesome. We can see there's a really... Oh, and then Evie just in 11th. It was really awesome that in the semi-final there was such a range of ages. There was some really young athletes, some more experienced athletes, so it was a really thrilling semi-final to watch. And
look at these athletes that picked up the 50s, the quality athletes like Franklin, Horn, Woods.
And a lot of the 50s that we saw were on gate 23 and gate 22, right down the bottom of the course. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the girls do for the finals, if they go back and make a decision on whether the spin was a bit better than the direct. And yeah, it should be a really thrilling final. It's a really great start list.
Yeah, and for a lot of the athletes who will be doubling up tomorrow, I think the canoe athletes will be starting to think, wow, that bottom part of the course is going to be really tough in the canoe, getting across there. But it's all there to be won this afternoon. I mean, we saw the cream rise to the top, as we so often do in this sport, and the experience of some of these athletes who just know how to deal with these sorts of situations and the challenges that were put forward.
Yeah, well, I think in this final, half of the athletes are Tokyo bound.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look, Funk, Fox, Satilla, Tertial, Charu, Jones. Yeah, so yeah, a good spread there of Tokyo-bound athletes. This will be their last real hit out before Tokyo. So how nice to be able to jump in and head off to Tokyo with a World Cup gold. Jeannie, thank you as always. It's been lovely having you on.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck in the future. You're back to Prague, of course, to continue your training. We're going to see you at the World Championships.
I don't think so.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with you? It'd be good to see you there if you can make it. But thank you, Jeannie, again for your commentary and your insights. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Jeannie Collins there, who is our special commentator. We're about to start off with the men's event in just a moment, and we'll have... because people love hearing the Irish accent, we're going to have an Irishman come in and spread some wise words. We're going to have Noel Hendrick coming in to commentate with us in just a moment for the men's K1. Very interesting field here for the men. There's some there's quite a few Tokyo-bound athletes who will jump on the start line. A couple of people missing, but we're about to get underway, and I mean, we start with a guy who would normally, you would expect, would make the final. He's a very strong, very fast paddler. Antoine Lunet from Portugal. He's already heading to Tokyo, so he has that to look forward to. And he's underway. First of the men in this K1. 27 years old. 7th in the 2019 World Championship. So that is not to be sneezed at. That is something to be wary of if you were coming up against Antoine Lunet in a final. Noel Hendrick from Ireland joins us in the commentary box. We've done a quick change over. Noel, great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks very much. Happy to be here. And yeah, looking forward to some pretty exciting racing here today.
You've been watching the women racing. What did you make of the course? What do you think of the challenges for the men?
I definitely think it's pretty hard course, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a fair few touches make the final and that kind of stuff. And Antoine at this point is, well, I would have said he was putting down a very good run, but he's after picking up a 50-second penalty on 7.
Right.
I think it's a very physical course. Like, I think the fitter and stronger you are, the better day you're going to have today, and definitely that move in the pool up the top is will lend itself to a stronger paddler.
There are a couple of gates, aren't there, where the athletes will have to make a decision, whether they spin or whether they go direct. And we saw with some of the women that decided that's the gate there he's just gone through.
Yeah.
Some of the girls that decided to go direct paid the price.
Yeah, and I saw a fair few. There's a few back-offs, and I know Karina Kuhnle tried to spin at one point, and I think we'll see pretty similar variety in the men's, maybe less so. I think we'll see a lot of straights, but I'd be curious to see who does a back-off and who goes for the spin. But it's a pity that didn't work out for Antoine there, but I think we have a lot of exciting racing.
Yeah, yep. He's got 52 seconds in penalties, so...
Yeah, and there we have Slovenian Vidkuder on the start line, and I know he's very fast paddler. Well, I'd say any of these 40 paddlers could be in this final today. Like, they're all extremely quick, and I'm looking forward to seeing this run now. He's a very smooth paddler, a very powerful paddler.
Yep. 25 years of age, won a junior silver medal, I think, back in 2014, around there. Yeah. So we know he's fast.
Yeah, pretty good start here. Like, first few gates are good, and he's in really tight into 6 as well. Like, tightish exit. It's a nice start anyway.
And Noel, for guys like Vid from strong paddling nations, they don't get as many opportunities to compete at a World Cup level, do they? Because there are usually, 2 or 3 guys ahead of them. So he'll be relishing the opportunity now to show what he's capable of.
Yeah, and like exactly that. Like, and he's not dropping the ball here anyway. Like, he's giving this his everything, and I think for the likes of them, because they don't get as many World Cups because there's so much competition in the team. Every World Cup would feel like a World Championships or even Olympics for them because it's such an opportunity for them.
So he's well and truly up. Of course, take the 50 seconds off for the penalty.
And he's in touch with Antoine's time. Well, getting a bit stuck there in 20, lost his edge a bit, and both slowing down a bit, but it's hard to say how that time will come through, but he's still laying together like a nice run. Maybe giving away a bit of time down the bottom here. He's gone for the straight. He's executed it pretty nicely.
Yeah. Ooh, yep.
Nearly spoke too soon.
He'll be safe though. He'll be clean, I think.
Oh, he's been given a 50 on it.
Oh,
50 on 23.
I am surprised.
I'd say it'll go to an inquiry anyway.
No, he's not happy at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to say, like, from the angle we're at, but
I'm sure they'll, as they do with all the 50s, don't they, Noel? They'll go back and look at the tape.
Yeah.
And that was tight.
Yeah, that was pretty tight. Strabotnik here, his teammate Martin, is coming up straight away afterwards, and this man gave Peter Kauser quite the run for the Olympic selection, so he's no doubt could be one of the fastest here today.
Yes, he's got a few years on Peter Kauser, so he's got a couple more Olympics in him. I don't know how many more Peter's got in him, but Martin would certainly be eyeing off Paris.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be betting against him anyway, put it that way. And yeah, he's decent start here, a bit slow in 6th there, but he's running the boat at least a bit.
And Noel, how have you been? Of course, you got the quota for Ireland, didn't you? And then what's it been like for you since?
Well,
because you're not going.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, I didn't get the quota. I finished. I was competing for the quota in the Europeans just gone, and unfortunately, the Polish boat finished just ahead of us. But it was a really good race, and we came very close to getting a quota spot. So, and like that, yeah, it took a bit of. Oh, I think it was a touch.
It was definitely a touch.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it was in. Like, I'm pretty sure it was in. Lovely up there. Seriously nice up.
Giving you a bit of incentive to keep going though for the next Olympics already.
Yeah.
You're starting to plan.
Yeah, definitely. I took a bit of time off, and then I was like, I'm going to race these 2 World Cups, and I definitely have my eye on the Worlds in Bratislava now. At the end of this year, I've raced well in Bratislava previously, so I'm really looking forward to the Worlds there at the end of the year.
So we've got
that was a really nice piece that together very nicely. The last split there, 24-25.
The fact that he may be the first paddler on the course not to get a 50 will put him automatically into the lead.
Yeah. And I think the fastest time Ricky did 100. Did she?
She went under 100. She went. I think she went 98.28.
So he did a 94 there, I think, wasn't it? So it's pretty. It's competitive time, and with a touch as well. So he did 92. It'd be interesting to see how that holds out.
Yes.
Markkleeberg, home of Ivrea Canoe Club. He's very good, very strong paddler, and yeah, he finished 11th here in the World Cup last time, I'm pretty sure, and he hit the bullard down the bottom.
Oh, that's tight. I don't know that he's done that.
It was tight. I'm not too sure, but
yeah. Well, we'll leave that to people who are in much better position than you and I. But from our vantage point, Noel, it looks very tight.
Yeah. Who knows? It might go his way. Like he pulled off the move down the pool there, like, quite nicely, even after something like that. So it's nice to see that he's still giving this the best he can.
I mean, is it worth taking that risk? I mean, for what you're going to gain from it.
I think on a course like this, I'd be taking my points. You know, I wouldn't be taking risk on every single gate. You know, because it's such a difficult course. But yeah, he's been given the 50 on it there. Yeah. Even though he's really knitting together a nice run here, even though he has 50. He's just picked up a touch.
I suppose for these guys, they're really going to have to put together something very special, aren't they, to make the final. So maybe they just think, okay, I've got to try and cut every corner that I can.
Yeah, and like that, the men's is so competitive these days, and all the classes are so competitive these days that when you make it into a semi-final like this, you've got to take risks to make it into that top 10. And yeah, unfortunately, it just hasn't paid off for Markkleeberg today, but we know he's well capable of doing it on his day. Yep.
No Yuri Priskovic here this weekend. He won the gold last weekend in Prague. And is heading to Tokyo. The Czechs, some of the Czechs are staying to continue their training before going to Tokyo, so they chose not to come here.
It was pretty tight now. Yeah, I think there might be an inquiry, but I wouldn't be hopeful that it would hold much proof. No. But yeah, a few of the Czechs have passed up, and
it's interesting that they did that. I would have thought, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert, but every opportunity you get to race, especially after we've had 18 months now of next to no racing, I would have thought every opportunity you get to race. But I know the Czechs have also been doing
They've had a lot of races,
yeah,
and I know even they had their internal selection, the Europeans, and then they raced the world ranking race. Like Yuri's done a lot of races, so I think he did kind of decide to maybe skip one, you know.
Yep.
Chris Bowers in the course here though, and same again, really strong British paddler. I think he could do well on this course today because you know it suits him and it's quite good for him.
One of the nicest men in the sport, Chris Bowers.
Yeah,
always,
really nice.
Always good to see him do well. Last week didn't go well for him in Prague, so he'll be hoping to nail together a clean run. By the way, Vid has a asterisk. You and I think you mentioned that the 50, it was pretty tight that down the bottom, so they're having another look at that 50.
Chris going for the back off there. Yeah, he's picked up a touch in 17. A lot of people have touched 17 so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's like really nice guy, and he's gonna want to do something kind of special. This is quite good now. Into 20, tight exit on it. Yeah, it's quite quick. I was just saying he might need to do something special, and he's kind of doing that.
Yeah. It's a tough field in Great Britain there, the men's K1. Oh, I don't know.
Tell you, if that's in though, that'll be very quick.
Sure will, but...
Yeah, it was nice, like right out in the back.
Give the judges some work to do.
Yeah.
Nice work, Chris. If he's...
Yeah, this could go the lead.
He's going...
It's just
yes,
the lead.
just
so
under.
I wonder, does he know though? Because he's looking up this.
He's thinking, no, he's not. He's avoiding making eye contact with the judges. Don't look at the judge. Don't look at the judge.
Coach, don't look at the camera. Eyes forward.
Look down at the boat.
Yeah.
But it was... I think we're going to see a replay of that game. It was very tight.
It was tight, but it was... If the judge gives it a clear, it was very nice. That was the up.
That was the up, so that was fine. But yeah, if it's clear, then he is our early leader, which would be great.
Gilindo from Switzerland, very, very quick, very dynamic paddler, I think, as well. I did a bit of training with him in Pole this year, and I was very impressed by the stuff he can do, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this run now.
Just 23, so at the start of his career, really, senior career.
Yeah, and he was so happy to make the team again this year, and he was like really buzzed to race these few World Cups and the World Champs this year.
So where's he do his training? Down in over here, does he?
Oh, I think the Swiss do a lot of like moving to and from, but when he lived in Pau for most of the winter, I'm pretty sure, and then he raced, and then he moved out of there and he was racing.
I think most of the Swiss team were there, weren't they, in Pau?
Yeah, I think a lot of paddlers set up in Pau this year because they couldn't really make the annual pilgrimage to Australia, so a lot of people went to Pau.
Well, Pau,
up on the split.
Yeah, it's a good time so far.
Yeah, and he's gone for the straight. And he's delivered it pretty well. Don't touch 17. Everyone's touched it. Okay, he's got through. Oh, a bit low. He's down on Chris's second split, but...
Well, Chris Bowers has delivered a lesson for all young paddlers. Avoid eye contact with the judge when you finish the race, and he has no asterisk, so it's all clear for Chris. So well done, Chris. Just keep looking down the boat. When you pick your boat up, just walk off. Don't say anything. Don't look at anyone.
This is good. Chris had a touch, though. He picked up the touch in the middle, so it's past this split. Oh, he's gone for the direct. He's a bit late. Bit late on this, but can he get into the up tight? That's still tightish. Yeah, I think this will be in touch. I don't know if he'll challenge Chris this time, but I think it's going to be in touch.
Yeah, he'll be top 5.
In 96, and Ricardo did in 98.
Yep. Yep. But he's the first athlete to go through clean.
Oh, he's first clean athlete.
First clean athlete in the men. Sorry, first of the men to go through clean. So it's taken a little while. But he's shown that just by not taking too many risks, you can still put together a pretty competitive time.
Pepe here, our second Tokyo-bound athlete anyway to show up on the start line, and had to do a second run, but I know he's pretty capable of making this final. He's very quick, won a bronze medal in Tatsan last year.
Yeah, he just loves paddling. I'm sure sometimes I think he deliberately stuffs up his first run so he can just get another excuse to have another run.
It's just more training, that's all it is. More training if you get to the second run.
That's exactly right. So
he's ran that nice now, 7, 8 to 9. It's good. He's up on Chris's split as well. I think this move 11, 12, you'll be able to see who one of the fastest sprinters in the circuit is. Like everyone's going to have to push in it.
So of course he went to the Olympics in Rio, in front of the home crowd.
That's a lovely up.
Yeah, nice. So got a good taste for it.
Gone for the direct. Oh, he's pushed back a little bit. Pretty good. Ran it. Oh, he tripped over his edge, but he's in pretty tight as well, like up 2 seconds on Chris's split. But Chris had a touch right there, so it's probably the exact same time as Chris's.
Yep.
He's delivered this nice as well. Tight exit on it.
Yeah,
He's laying down a nice run here.
This has been a good run from Pepe. If he can...
Bit low.
This is the tricky part now. He's got to make a decision what he's going to do.
Oh,
yeah, good.
Very
Nice.
good as well.
Oh, yeah. No, that was
lovely. And
yeah.
then everything.
Oh,
He's just picked up
Pepe.
a touch.
Come on, man.
I was like, sure, this is going to take lead. But Chris had a touch and he was 2 seconds up. So I think, yeah, it'll still take the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, he's... what's happened there? We've lost...
He's gone.
He's
just not showed up on the...
He hasn't shown up. Oh, there he is. No, he's gone into the lead.
I think the touch might be the difference in it.
Yeah.
He might make it in. Like, I think if he didn't have the touch, I'd be willing to bet that he might make it in. But with the touch,
and it was a pretty... I mean, I don't want to say a lazy touch because I don't think there's any such thing in this sport, but probably one that he didn't...
It's one of those difficult ones where you're tired down the bottom of the course, and it's probably one that he wouldn't have taken up the top.
Yeah.
Joshua Joseph.
How exciting is this young guy?
Let me tell you, I still don't understand how he sprints. Like, I wish I was this strong. Like, he's such a good, like, he's so physically very impressive, and he has the technique to boot as well. Like, he's pinned that move. Like,
he went so close to getting to this Olympics. Pushed poor old Mikhail Schmolen all the way.
Yeah, and it was really exciting Olympic selection to watch. And I'd say he can be very proud of how much he did it and how well he fought in that selection. And
yet another country, Noel, that didn't decide till very late who was going to the Olympics, so they had so long to prepare and so long to think about it all. Yeah, exactly. But we'll have an Olympic selection in this semi-final. The Swedes, they're still going. Yeah. Can you believe it? I think this is the last one now, in fairness. Oh, he's gone for the back off. So, but yeah, this guy is 20 years old. He and Evie and the women, I mean, it's so exciting to see these young Americans, especially when you've got the Olympics coming up in Los Angeles in 2028. It gives you something to be very excited about. He's knitting together a good bottom. He's picked up a touch, but he's knitting together a good bottom. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's so, like, they have a new generation coming up now, the Americans, and they're very quick. Oh, they're well out of that one. That is a 50. Even I can tell that from here. Yep, he wasn't even in the same. He wasn't even on the same stretch of water. Yeah, they're going through there. So looking at grit in his teeth, though, he's still fighting it straight to the finish, and you got to admire that. So we've had 8 athletes on the course, Noel, and half of them have picked up a 50. And you know what? A lot of them have been that stagger down the bottom. Yeah. Like, I think was it 23, maybe it's 23. I think it is. And I think people are. I think it's one of those gates where you do have to try and find, you've got to take the risk on it. Peter Kauser. I saw him warming up for a second run, and I nearly asked him, when was the last time you had to do a second run? I thought somebody better take a photo of this. Yeah, well, he wasn't happy. Oh my God, Peter. Touch gate too. See, this, and now what happens now is that he will be even more angry. Well, he has the speed to absorb it anyway. He does, but he will try and cut a corner somewhere, and sometimes it's brilliant, sometimes it can give the judges... He's running the boat now. Premature balding. I wonder, will it still be in touch? Yeah, it's still faster. It would have been faster. He's running the boat up the top, like, and, well, I guess he does that, doesn't he? The thing is, for Peter here, because he had to do that second run, he had a good opportunity, Noel, to put down an early time, which the athletes still to come would have to start thinking about and have at the back of their mind. Yeah, like sometimes there's that advantage to doing a run like that, you know, putting it, do you know what, that was lovely though, like very quick. Yeah. Same again, like he's pretty in touch with Pepe's split there, if he didn't have the touch, and that was a lovely, like, deliver that. What's he going to do here? A bit low, but he's still running it. I think he might need to do something special down the bottom here. Yeah. That was way quicker than Pepe's. Will he do something nice in there? He's such a good paddler. He's silver medal at the Olympics, of course, so he's confirmed his place for Tokyo. Yep. I think he is actually putting together a pretty neat bottom section here. What's this, 87, 88? I think this could be in touch. I think it's going to be the quickest. It will be the quickest. Yeah. With a touch. Yeah. With a touch. I don't think. And Pepe had a touch, didn't he? Yeah. I don't think even Peter Kauser will complain about that touch though, because it was obvious to everybody. Yeah. There's no denying it. He won't. Put it this way: he won't touch that gate again. No. He will not do that again. And I think it's more a frustration with himself. Yeah, look at that. That's like, how could I be so stupid to touch that with my paddle? Did he win the second heats runs? Yes, he must have done. Yeah. He did.
Yeah, he did. And
he made the final last week, so again, like Peter Kauser.
Like that can be one of the quickest on his day. Like anyone in this final or in this semi-final could be like has the potential to be very quick, and he's knitted together a really nice section of the pool there. Bit wobbly there, but it's going to be in touch of Kauser's yet. 2 seconds up. It was very quick. Was that a touch on 9? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well spotted and all. He's a former under-23 world champion.
Yep, that was my first Junior Worlds.
Was it?
Yeah, my very first. I competed in the C2.
How did you go?
Yeah, I think I was dead last. But fair play to BSA's for winning that one.
It was just the experience that, it's a definite touch, but
he was still like he's only 0.57 down on the split now with 2 touches.
Okay, now
maybe it's just come on.
Explain for people watching at home. He hit the pole with his paddle, obviously. Could the judges look at that to say you've moved the pole to try and get through? Could the judges see that as a 50?
Yeah, well, it's known as, it's called an intentional displacement.
Yeah.
He's done it very good there. That is quick.
That
but
is
yeah,
tight.
it's called where if you move the pole the other side of your head, like if you're going to 50 it and you decide, well, you're going to take a touch instead.
Yeah.
And it's down to the experience of the judges to know what they're looking at and see what they see. But yeah, I've heard of a few instances where it's been put in. Unfortunately, Biazazu just off the split there.
Just off there, that's probably not
I
going
think Kauser was seriously good in the very last section, so I think the splits are a bit, you think someone's going to be really fast in the split, but they've got to deliver like quite a good bottom section.
Yeah, that's the experience, isn't it? The Peter Kauser experience.
Yeah, to take a touch like that up the top, and then keep going and put down the fastest time is very impressive.
So we have the Russian now, Sergei Mamestov.
Yeah.
24 years of age.
Really smooth paddler like that. I enjoy watching him paddle and train. Like, he's really nice to watch, and he's knitting together, like, it's hard to say in the first few games, but he's knitting together a good top section.
Well, he just hasn't done a silly touch up the top. We've seen so many athletes just pick up a lazy 2.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. Bit wobbly in the exit. And was he laying off the power a little bit, but I think this will be up on the split because Kauser had a touch. Yeah, there you go, it's up on the split, so.
As you say, it's a bit misleading, the splits at the moment, because, as you say, Kauser got that early touch and he was very fast down the bottom. But at the moment, you've got to well and truly be under the 95 seconds if you want to even be in the hunt. 94, really.
It's like nice. Hello, he's gone for the straight. Oh, no, back off. It was
nice.
Pretty good execution out of the back off. Like, he's only a second down on Kauser's split. Like, he's very pasty. He looks very like paced throughout this run. Is like, and I think with a course this hard, like sometimes it's a smart decision to pace that. That's a very tight exit.
Do most of the athletes who are still to come, Noel, would they be watching this, or are they off doing their own thing, listening to music, just sort of trying to get into a headspace with it?
I think it depends a lot on the athlete. Like, a lot of the athletes, like, say you're a German athlete like Egner, he probably knows everything he needs to know about the course, and he's out doing his own thing. And
well, this is going to be fast. This is going to be fast.
Yeah, just in touch of second place there.
Wow.
Just between, and he seems pretty happy with it.
Yeah, he would be happy.
And yeah, like that, I think some athletes will want to get as much information as they can right up to the run, whereas I think maybe other athletes know exactly, like, don't want or need that information, so they'll just be doing their own thing right up until their run. And I think it really does depend on the athlete. Like, another Russian, back to back. I saw them both qualify. It was a good day for them.
Yep.
I haven't seen him around on the circuit too much.
He's not. I don't think he's ever made a World Cup final. So
tidy top anyway. Yeah, but yeah, like that. I watched his run, his heats run, and it was a pretty good run as well. Like, he'd be very proud of it.
Interesting. We've seen a few of the Russians coming through now and coming out to get that experience.
They have quite a bit of depth, I think.
Yes, they do.
They do, our nation. They kind of not many people notice it, but they have a bit of depth on it.
They do. You're right, Noel. They fly under the radar, don't they, the Russians? No one ever talks about them much. Even their top athletes, nobody talks about them much as genuine medal prospects, etc. But
that was quick through the pool.
They just sneak up on you. The Russians, they have a habit of doing that.
Yeah, and he's putting together a nice run here, like, very quick up there, and he's very quick through the pool. So I'm curious to see this split.
Oh,
it's decent.
I think he's okay.
He's 3.49 below. Al's a seriously nice up as well though. But like that, Cowser was very good down the bottom, so you'd want to just getting stuck in the stopper.
Well and truly stuck there. He might never come out. No, there he is. He's out. That's good.
I think they're inquiring that 1 on 6 because I struggled to see it anyway. But yeah, low there. I think it's all gone wrong for Nicky here. But
this one here is Ooh.
Back off on it.
Tell you what, whoever the judges is on those 2 gates there, I hope oh my God,
they'd want to have had their coffee this morning.
They want to be getting paid double because they're having a very busy day. Very busy day. So yeah, unfortunately for the young Russian, he's not going to be in the mix there.
Yeah, was he in 8th? Yeah, it's a bit far out.
Yeah, with an asterisk, so tough work for him. Well, I'll tell you who we got next, Vit Prindes.
Winner from here last World Cup. So
what's he doing this far down the list?
Yeah.
Seriously, I think
it was like I remember watching his run here in 2019. It was seriously good.
He is such a good athlete, so good. He might have been dogging it. He might have been putting in a dodgy one the other day so he could have an early run.
Yeah.
So capable, so powerful.
Pretty smooth. Oh, just caught a little bit of an edge there, but it's still really quick. Like, and that's a really tight exit.
Again, we're talking all about nice people on the circuit. Vit is genuinely, even when he's having a terrible day, he's genuinely nice people.
Yeah. No, he's a really nice guy, and he's always willing to stop and have a chat with you. Like, really nice guy, and he's... Oh, yeah. He barely put a stroke in to the pool there, and he's still, like, you can just see how much speed is running on the boat.
And the thing is, with someone like Vit, if he was born in any other country, he would probably be an Olympic hero.
Exactly, yeah.
Being Czech, though, it's just such a tough gig trying to get through.
He's open casuals. Yeah, and like that, it's like that. It's a pity we won't get to see him in Tokyo this year because Yuri's just so good, and he's after pin 20 as well. But like that, like I'd be so excited to know if he was going to the Olympics and see that him and Yuri compete against each other. You know. Oh, this
has been
very
good run. He's going to put down.
I think a bit low there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the lead. Cowser's time is still standing the test. Yeah, I think maybe the lead 91.
Yeah, he'll go quick. He'll be well and truly more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Quick, and if you were sitting there, if you were Joe Clark or any of those guys sitting up there now, you'd look at that time and you think, ooh.
I feel pretty ashamed for questioning myself there. I was like, maybe Cowser was really quick. No, just
let yourself down there. Luckily, no one was listening, so you're okay. But that's a very good time for Vit.
Made the final of the Europeans, this man now. And it's like, I'm pretty sure he's in the final European Slovakian, but I haven't seen him on the Slovakian senior team before, and he's like really burst onto the scene. Like really, I think this is third semis in a row anyway. And I'm pretty sure I made
He's only 21, so he's obviously got a big future in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. The likes of Grieger and Andre Malik and stuff, and he's hard to compete against him, but at least that's tight exit as well. It's lovely.
So the time now sitting at the top is belongs to Vit Prindes. Clean, 90.64.
Oh, he's picked up a touch on 90 watt.
Big touch too. Big touch.
Yeah. What will he do to the pool? I'm excited to see someone like lay it down in the pool, like sprint as hard as I can. I haven't really seen it just yet, and I'm excited to see who.
Would you? I mean, there's another big touch. Knowing what's coming down the bottom, would you?
Oh, he's caught an edge. He's picked up another touch.
Oh, this is going.
3 seconds.
This is not going so well. Would you be willing to pin your ears back, as you say, in that part, knowing that there's a tough part of the course to come? You'd conserve energy, wouldn't you?
I think it depends. Like, depends on the paddler. Like, because it's so technical, some people would just be like, keep the boat speed on during the rule. But I'm sure there are some people who they're strong enough and fit enough that no matter how difficult the bottom is, they're going to last. And I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe the likes of Joe
Clark
and Bradley. I can imagine them really laying it down in the pool, and I'm kind of excited to see that.
Yep.
Stefan Hengst as well. He's in the semi-final as well.
Yeah, I think he's up very soon actually. Yeah.
Yeah, pity it didn't go together here for
No,
Adam,
it's not been.
As we said, he's having a really good start to the season. Like,
not coming together. 4 gate touches in the end for Adam, so that puts him out of the mix. Now the Kiwi, Finn, but isn't it good to see the New Zealanders and the Australians here paddling?
Yeah.
They've been locked away in their little countries.
Haven't seen them at all, and like
People have just been throwing fruit over the fence and stuff.
You wondered would there be a bit of rust, like they haven't raced the World Cup in a while, and no, like this is Finn, and really good performance last weekend, and I expect to continue to have a good performance this weekend as well, and he's shown really good form at the moment.
Yep. I think
that's a good top. Yeah.
The Olympic-based athletes from Australia and New Zealand, they're all staying over here now. They can't go home basically after here before Tokyo. So it's a big stint to be away from home.
Yeah, he's just in touch of Vit's split, which was very quick. And yeah, I think it's the hard part about being from a nation like that is that you're like miles from home and there's no chance, especially with COVID now. It's so hard to get home.
I mean, most of them spend their summers in Europe anyway every year,
exactly,
so it's no different really.
What? Bit late on it, but
he's all right. He's
good,
clean. He's still clean, which is the important thing at this stage.
And he's a second down, but that's Vit's split, which was really quick. Like I'd be willing to bet now that Vit's going to be in, you know, and he's delivered that very nicely as well, Finn. If he puts down a good bottom here, I think he'll be really in touch.
Could be competitive, yeah.
Oh, he's just touched that.
On the way out, he won't even know he's done it probably. Oh, he's done that well. Yeah, very nice.
Now, if he does something special here, it's decent. He's not giving away time in it at all anyway, but I think that touch
is going to be the killer for him.
92, 93, was it 90?
Yeah, he's unfortunately 7th at the moment for Finn. With the 2 seconds, if he took that off, he'd be right up there. But he's a young guy, big future. Finn Butcher. He's only 26, just taking the opportunity to get a bit more experience on the world stage. It's so important for these guys.
And it's pity because that run was it. Like I thought that run was like that was and just the very end. So it's like 90% of what he wanted to see, you know.
Yep.
Now here's a power athlete. If someone's going to take on the pool, I think maybe Lucas Werrell would take on the pool. He's a very strong paddler, like really good. Olympian from Rio as well.
Yep.
He competed in the C2.
Let's see if he really goes for it as you say, on the pool. And
he's good there as well. Like bit of a tail touch, but I don't think it affected him too much. Bit stuck in the stopper, but
he's looking good.
Yeah, he's up on Vit's.
Yeah, as you say, his time's fast.
Yeah, just up on Vit's. And this is, like he's looking good here, and like that few strong strokes in the pool. Yeah.
Didn't really go for it though, did he?
Yeah. I wonder, is the course like probably pretty easy for me to say from the bank here? Oh, that was very good up, but it's hard to tell from our angle. I don't know. Like I think it was in. I'd say it was like I just don't know from the angle. But he's just down Vit's split.
Dropped off a little bit.
It was lovely up.
But Vit was, he's 2 seconds faster at the moment, Vit, than the rest of the field. So if you are down a little bit on the split, it doesn't really matter too much.
And he ran that nice. Oh, he's picked up a touch.
Picked up a touch.
I didn't see it. Oh, maybe it was on the down. It's good. Decent there. Oh. Nice.
Yep, he's got it. He's got it.
Pretty decent, yeah. I wonder, and everything in front of this. This will be a pretty quick time, I'd say. Maybe he's a bit low on it.
Yeah, it's going to be mid-90s.
Mid-90s, 95, kind of 94.
Won't be enough, unfortunately, you would think, unless something dramatic happens.
Yeah, the touch is a bit costly, I think.
Yeah.
But was it 14, was it?
Yeah, wasn't that one?
No, I think it said 14 was the touch, did it?
Yeah, was it that gate there then?
Yeah, I think it was. I'm not sure, but
they'll go back and have a look at it anyway.
Here we go. Eric.
So this is the Olympic selection.
It is, yeah, and I'm pretty nervous here. I'd say both of them. I know both of them well, and yeah, it's going to be it's a pretty exciting race. Eric's laying it down anyway, first few gates.
So for those watching at home, it's Eric and Isaac Ostrom, and whichever of the two ends up the better after this, or if they both get through to the final, whoever has the best result in the final. I assume that's the way it's happening.
Well, it's kind of odd. I think this will be quick in touch. Oh no, the split hasn't clocked. That's why. I think it's rather cruelly for them. They won't get an answer at the end of this race. I think it'll go to the federation and they'll make a decision.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think there's a very set policy in it.
Right.
But Eric is laying down a good run here. It's hard to tell because we don't have that top. Oh, tight. Yeah. Yeah, he's laying down a good run here, and yeah, he's really into. I think that's the closest we've seen. Was that pole wobbling though? He's pretty in touch with Vit's split here. Oh, he's pinned this together now.
Yeah, it's a really tight.
Yeah, all he's got to do is keep it together down the bottom, and I think this is going to be a really competitive run.
He will be his teammate Isaac.
Oh my God.
That's good. That's good.
All right, he's got it.
That is the challenge. That is the challenge laid down.
Just to the finish now. I think this won't take the lead, but it's going to be really in touch. 91, rank 2. What a run.
He'd be very... Yes, look at that.
And
look
Eric,
at that.
He's so delighted. He knows he's
There
done
is a guy who thinks he might be going to Tokyo. He's not... I'm sure he's excited that he's done a good run, but I think he thinks he might be going to Tokyo on the strength of that run.
I think... And do you know what? I think that could be in contention for the final. I think... I wouldn't be surprised if that makes the final now. It's a very good run.
Yeah, well, that would be very hard to keep him out of the Tokyo team if he made the final.
We better talk about a German here, very first German on the course, or else we'll be kicked out. He's a very, very strong paddler anyway, someone who might take on the pool.
Yep, won the Extreme Slalom.
Oh, did he won it last week, did he?
No, the World Championships, didn't he?
Oh, he won it in Prague 2 years ago.
Yep, so getting a chance now to show us his wares.
Ooh, that was lovely.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, look how fast he is.
He's putting down a nice run here. Look at that, and just... Yeah, I like that. Really strong strokes in the pool.
You've been looking for that, Noel.
Yeah.
Now
I just want to see it. I don't know what
he's
it
done
is,
it now. You can retire now. You can go home.
I'm going to go home. Right?
Yes.
It's been real, right?
Yeah. No, that was good. It was good to see him. No.
Touch.
Yeah, well and truly.
He caught the tail a bit and just in the flow and just caught a bit, but he's still up on Vit split. But that mightn't have been. Yeah, the touch came in after, I think.
So he got so excited, and he was so pumped to make Noel happy by going for it across the pool, but he forgot about the next gate, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he's like knitting together. That was a pretty good gate, 20 there. Like this is a nice run. Oh, he's gone for a spin actually, and it looked quick.
Yeah, didn't lose too much time, did he, doing that?
Yeah, I wonder if he can get in tight into this. It's a bit low. Yeah. I think if you can get Wera was really good. I think if you can get everything in front of that last up, I think. It's going to be, it lines out the finish very nicely.
Unfortunately, 8th for Stefan, so again, probably not going to be finals action for Stefan Hengst from Germany.
Yeah, but it's like that. The paddling here is actually a lot more competitive. I thought with a course this hard, like there'd be a lot of messages and stuff, but a lot of people are laying down really good runs here, like Juan Crespo on the course. Spain.
Olympic selection battle.
Yeah, like that. Theirs was ran through the 2019 season.
Yep.
Like that. Juan fought to the very end, like, and he got a medal at that Worlds. Like, he's just caught the edge there.
Oh, yeah, no, that's going to be trouble, unfortunately, for Juan Crespo. Yeah, he got to end up with a bronze, which he might have thought in any other time at a World Championships might be enough, but then of course he got pipped. His teammate got the silver,
he
so
got the silver and just did it. But he's pretty in touch with Vid's split there, even with that little edge flicker. He's a bit central in the pool, a bit in the middle of the gate, but he's still, you can tell he's really trying to pull down the bottom here, and he's gonna. Oh, that was lovely. That was really nice. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to lay down a good bottom here, but I think he can lay down a good bottom.
Yep.
1.26 off. Giving away a bit on the up there. I think he'll need something special these last few sequences.
He's obviously going to have to take a risk somewhere.
And that was quick, tight exit.
Yeah.
Very tight exit though. We lost the paddle a bit. It was good there as well. He is piecing something together here. Oh, back off.
Oh, not seen that done yet. That's the first time I've seen it. That's all right. It worked.
It was such an aggressive back off. Tail really went out of the water.
Yeah.
But it's to the finish, 88, 90.
Oh, he'd be close.
Be 93.
Yeah. He's what's that? Fifth.
That's pretty in contention.
Well, it gives you something to look to. It doesn't put you out of the race.
Yeah.
It gives you something to look to for a little while. You'll be in the game. You'll be in the game for
I'd say it will be in the top. It'll definitely be in the top 20, I'd say, and
Yep.
it's in maybe that top 15 realm.
So next up we've got
Powell.
yeah,
Powell, his teammate.
his teammate, just
And
20 years old.
Very young, but he's a very dynamic paddler, and he can be seriously quick on his day. In the Pyrenees Cup this year, he was seriously quick there as well.
So good to see a good. Ooh,
Oh,
there's a
touch.
big touch there. Good to see a strong production line of
Yeah,
strong paddlers coming out of Spain.
they have such depth
Yeah.
these
Do
days.
they
Like, they
ever?
have so much depth these days. It's crazy.
Oh,
he's
he's missed that
just
altogether.
Nine, has he?
Is he going to go back? He's going to go back for it.
That's nice to see him go back for it. Oh, I
Ooh.
didn't think he'd take that. That's. You can tell he's a bit aggressive here after messing up, but
It's
he's
oh dear.
a few touches.
Yeah,
but,
no, it's all.
but like that, pretty good start to the season. I think he had to skip the Iberia Europeans
Yep.
because I actually think he had COVID and he wasn't able to compete in the Europeans. So to see him come back, and I think he made the semi-final in Prague as well, like,
Yep.
and compete at such a high level after that is very good.
Yep. Yeah. No, he just needs to make. This is all part of the learning process for him now. He's top half of the run hasn't gone well. He just needs to show that he can keep his nerve together and put together a tidy bottom half of the
Yeah.
race. Just don't throw it away.
And he's definitely like still fighting for this down the bottom, which is nice. Like pretty radical, like pretty dynamic down the bottom, and it's nice to see that. His boat was pretty mad, which is pretty hilarious. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know if he paints it or does it himself.
Oh,
just
no,
another 50
no,
there.
I'm going to give you a 50 for that from here.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. 50-second penalty. That's unfortunately for the youngster from Spain. He won't keep that on his highlights reel. He'll probably go back and have a look paper bin out the back.
But I'd say
Unfortunately,
he's the under-23 worlds in Tatson now.
He'll-
And I would be willing to bet on him for a medal. Like,
We
I
will
think
see
he'd be very strong contention for that, you know.
we'll see him around for a lot longer yet. Don't worry about that. But yeah, just lost it with that one gate, and then it all sort of fell apart from there. Not happy.
Yeah.
Not happy.
I think he used to paddle C1 as well. He's one of those people who does both.
Okay, there's not many of them.
Yeah, yeah.
There's-
Vavra on the course now.
Mr. Canoeing.
If you're going to go for nice guys in the circuit, I'd say this guy's up there as well.
Yeah,
And
isn't he?
he's coaching Pepe as well, actually.
Unless
so-
you're a judge.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you're a judge. He's a lovely bloke unless you're a judge, because if you give him a 50, then he'll come over and just ask what you were thinking.
Oh,
Any chance you might have another look at it.
Well, he's kind of in touch here. 1.3 off the split, but he's knitting together like nice, decent run here, like decent through the pool there, and I think he'll be looking to do something good down the bottom.
Yep. Won the silver medal, of course, back in London.
London, yeah.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
big
a
touch.
touch,
You
unfortunately.
won't be happy with that. That was just a
Yeah,
lazy
so
touch.
now I think he knows.
Ooh,
Gonna have to
yeah,
lay it
yeah,
down. Yeah, he was silver medal in London, world champion in 2000. He's kind of done everything
He
there
has.
is to do in the sport. I think he's a Europeans bronze medal as well.
He does what
It's like it's pretty cool seeing the parent. I think they seem to be two pretty similar
peas in a pot, aren't they?
personalities. Yeah, yeah. So it's good to see how Pepe's coming along.
Yep.
In that.
Two definite characters working together.
Yeah, and it's a pity this run won't quite go his way, but he's in the final last week, and like that, he can, on his day, he did a run in the selections in Trevnaka this year that I reckon it's one of the best runs I've seen in the last 2 years. Like, he can still be like one of the fastest paddlers out there. Like,
Yeah, unfortunately for Pepe, he's not going to make it through to the... Not Pepe, sorry, for Vavra. He won't make it through to the final, I don't think, on the strength of that. But yes, he'll be doing the extreme, of course, and coaching.
David Lorente.
Be a great bus trip, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Pepe and
I'd say
Vavra.
so.
Can you imagine it?
I reckon this guy could be in contention for one of the strongest guys on the circuit. Or like one of the biggest guys anyway. He's really, really strong, and I'm looking forward to seeing this run. I think he did well here. I think he nearly tied up their Olympic selection last time he was here in 2019. And he's a bit low into that, but he's putting together a like decent exit here.
Sorry, Noel, I was just having some chocolate.
Okay.
No, I don't... Yeah.
You're off the team. You're off the team. You're not allowed anymore.
Oh, he's fast today.
Yeah, he's up in the
Silver
split.
medalist at the World Championships, of course, 2019. So, and that consolidated the Olympic selection for him.
Yeah.
Really good, tight.
Oh, he's a bit tight on that, but he's up on the split, and he's like Nice bit of speed. He kind of didn't capitalise on it a huge amount, but... Oh, late on that, and there's a touch. 2 touches, isn't it?
Touch.
Back to back.
Yeah,
oh.
So
Oh,
now...
it's all gone wrong in like 2 gates.
And he would have felt that second one on his back, so he will know that there's definitely a 2-second penalty, and he'll have to try and work out where he can pick that up. Ramiran, oh no, it's all gone. No, unfortunately, he got stuck there at the bus stop. No bus was coming along to pick him up. He will pay a bit of a price for that as well. It is falling apart, unfortunately. Oh dear me, no, he's going to miss that gate altogether. That's gone.
It's not gone right for him.
Nope. This is unfortunately for the Spanish so far. It's, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity. He was in the final last week now, and he knows he definitely does have the form going into Tokyo to perform in that way. So. Yep.
But look at that color-coded chart down the side of the screen there. That's not what you want to see at the end of your run. So not much joy there for the 2021 Olympian.
Yeah, I'll pass you on the start line here. Can be same again. Can be. I think I've probably said that for everyone, but he can be very seriously quick on his day. He was in the final at a World Champs in 2018. Won a medal actually in 2019 as well.
I think
Bratislava. He's silver medal.
Silver medal. It was a silver medal. So
yeah.
The Poles have been going well. They went well last week in Prague.
Yeah, they're they're a federation with so much depth, and oh, he's picked up a touch on 9 there, just skimmed it. But yeah, they're like a federation like that, extremely good setup, very professional setup, and they have a lot of depth in this system as well.
Just that one touch so far.
Yeah, it's nice up there as well. Oh, he's carried a lot of speed across the...
Oh,
that was tight.
A bit of work there for the judges. Earn your keep today, judge.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from our angle, but it looked like it. If there isn't anything on it, it looked quick.
Yeah, that was definitely quick. Was it legal? Is the question.
Bit in the stopper there, but it was... Oh, just clipped the tail there as well.
So at the moment, Vitprindes from the Czech Republic is still sitting pretty up at the top of the leaderboard with that time, 90.64.
It's good. It's decent there. Will he get everything? Oh, he's just got a touch on 24. It's all
oh, whoopsie.
So what's that, 2 touches, isn't it? Yeah. That'll be out of contention anyway.
3 touches. Yeah, 6 seconds of penalties now.
Yeah, I thought that'd be
okay. Oh, yeah. No, that's...
So we're probably getting near top 20 now, or the top 10, are we?
Yep, we are indeed. We've got that's 23 athletes gone.
Wow. I think we'll see Vit and Eric in the final, I think, and Peter Kauser as well. Mario Leitner on the course here. I think he missed out in the semis last week, so I think he's pretty happy now to be in these ones. And I think the Austrians are quite good here as well. They spend a lot of time here.
Fast as well, of course. We know he's very quick.
He can be very quick. I remember seeing him training in Prague and thinking he looked seriously good, very quick. So I'm excited to see his run.
Do you think a lot of these athletes could make a successful transition to, not that they would want to because they love slalom so much, but do you think they could make a successful transition to canoe sprint? Are we going to see a day one day, Noel, when someone goes to the Olympics and does the slalom in the first week and the sprint in the second week?
That would be very cool, and I think it'd be very good. I think if anyone could do it, I'd probably put money on Jess being able to do it, Jessica Fox, because I think she's done a bit of sprint in the past.
She has, yeah.
But I think they're 2 very different types of fitness. I wonder sometimes, sprint is a lot of or you go and it's very little stopping and starting, whereas slalom is quite power. It'd be very stop start type deal. But
oh, that's tight. That's tight for Mario.
Yeah, but he
was all right.
He had a very good top section, and then it's a bit slower down the bottom here. But that being said, I don't know if it's impossible. I'd love to see it, and I think the person who did it would definitely go down as a legend in the sport.
Yeah,
if someone managed
sure
to
would. Yeah, the gauntlet's been thrown down. Athletes.
Yeah.
See how you go. I'd like to see a few sprint athletes try to slalom, see how they go.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like that youth Olympic format where they have the athlete has to do both.
Yeah. And that's the generation that maybe they come through and they do it.
Yeah.
So this time's, look, it's not a bad time, but I don't think it's going to be, it's 10th at the moment.
It's 10th, but it wasn't a bad run. It's kind of cool to see that. I thought the racing would be a lot more separated than this, and it's not There's 7 seconds between 15th and 1st.
Yep.
And what's the spread for the top 10 now? It's 4. About 4.52. Mario right there.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, Smolden.
Now, speaking of fast, I saw this guy in Penrith a few years ago just lay down this run that was so fast. It just blew everyone out of the water.
Yeah, under 23 world champion
Yeah,
that year, was he?
that was, yeah.
And he confirmed his spot in Tokyo last week, so I'd say he's racing pretty free.
Yep.
A lot less pressure than last week anyway. And that was lovely.
And I did an interview with him last year in Tustin, I think it was, and he was quite open about how COVID had affected him and how fast he is. And emotionally and how it had really weighed heavily on his shoulders and how he was struggling with it at times.
Yeah.
So
he got stuck in New Zealand, didn't he?
He did. He did. A lot longer than he wanted to.
Yeah. I think it was difficult. That's probably very difficult for us trying to be worried about your family. Being able
he was in New Zealand longer than Peter Jackson was when he was filming Lord of the Rings. That's how long he was there for.
Should have just filmed Fort Lord of the Rings.
He should have been. He should put his hand up to play the role of.
He's up on the split.
Yeah,
he's up
fast.
on both splits.
Could have been Bilbo Baggins. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's very fast time for Smolden.
That's a bit prabbing in, but it's pretty quick. A bit sticky on the exit. I think it was clean, but it's a bit. I think this will be very in touch. How much is Eric off? 0.95. So he's well in contention for second.
Yep, he's done that. He's done. Yes,
I think that's in.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's okay.
And
he's good so
he's
far.
wrapped around the pole here. I tell you, he could be making his second final in a row.
He will. He will for
90,
sure. He's going to be 92 probably.
92.
92.39. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Third fastest at the moment.
That could be in.
Better to be third fastest than third slowest, as my grandmother would always say to me. So at the moment, yeah, that's put him in the mix well and truly. We've got about 15 athletes to go, I think.
Yeah. Probably have Isak coming up soon, the other Swedish guy. Yep.
Yep.
There he is. He's on the course there. Here we go.
We aim to please here, Noel. You ask and we deliver.
Yeah.
So this is, remember folks, this is for a spot, well, we think on the Olympic team for Sweden, but his teammate, Eric Holmer, has laid down
seriously
an eye-watering run already. His time was 91.59.
That was neat. That was nice.
So
he acts very good under pressure. Like he
doesn't need to be today.
Yeah, even if he knows he has to put down a good run, he can still really do it. Like he's such a quick paddler. No top split. They're keeping us on our toes. That was quick.
Yeah,
across that, he's
teasing us. So he would know that he would need to. He would need to make the final. He's got to have in his mind, I've got to get into the final now to still be in the mix.
To keep it open, and he's knitting together like a pretty nice run. He's gone for the back off.
Yep, that's fine.
That's good. A bit slow there, but I think he's going to be up on the split. Yeah,
he is
up
too.
on it.
Well, he is, as you say, under pressure. He's
really ripping it into the. What's the phrase? He's not going gently.
Nope.
He's got stuck. I spoke too soon. He's
too bad.
He's
out
pretty
a
quick.
lot of time. All he wouldn't care where he finishes in the top 10 as long as he
as long as he's in the top 10.
As long as he gets to the final, but he's got to work hard here. He's going to have to take a risk.
He's
got there. Yeah.
Jeez, this is nerve-wracking stuff.
This is nerve-wracking. Yeah. He's not going to be as quick as Eric, I don't think.
Wrapped around the pole there, but I think this will go 92 maybe.
Yeah, he'll be just outside Eric's time, but will it be enough to get into
92,
the final?
93,
Sixth.
Oh, how many boats? 15 boats?
You know, he won't be able to get out of his boat now for a little while because his legs will be like jelly.
Oh, stop.
They'll be shaking. He'll be going, I can't look.
But it was a nice run.
It was a good run. It was a good run, and it adds to the excitement, to the interest in this semi-final as we head towards, we're almost at the last 10 athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Isak is 6th at the moment. You'd have to think that surely there'd be four athletes who'll go quicker than Isak.
It's hard to say, it was a nice run. Andre Tunke on the course, Czech Republic. He didn't get to race last week. I think he's the 4th boat on the team this year, but he was also world champion in 2017.
I mean, how good are you as a paddling nation when you've got a bloke there who's a world champion who can't make it into your team?
I think it's...
Thanks for coming along, Andres. Can you carry our boats for us, please?
I think he's definitely, insanely quick, and like that. If he was on any other team, he would be like an Olympic superstar, you know? And it's just a pity that the Czech Republic is... Well, not pity, but the Czech Republic is just so competitive. and he's fast through the pool there.
I mean, if you were Fiji or someone, you'd be looking to see, has he got a parent, a grandparent, or someone who maybe visited here 20 years ago, and we can make him a Fijian athlete.
He hit his nose on the bullard there, I think.
His nose?
Yeah, the nose of his boat.
Nose of the boat, I was going to say.
Yeah, not his actual nose, but yeah, he's off the split here. It's hard to see where he lost his time to be.
But he's tidy.
Yeah, pretty tidy run.
No penalties, which is important. Not a lot of athletes yet have gone through with clean runs, so if you can hold it together without a touch or without getting into trouble down the bottom here.
Yeah. Oh, he's kicked the tail out early there. That was quick.
Right. Yep,
that was quick. Yeah, if you can get everything in, he's like decent in this up. Not spectacular.
He's going to be mid-90s, so that's probably going to put him out of the mix, I think.
95 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 95.4. So what's that?
So he's 14th.
14th. Yeah.
There's a serious traffic jam there from the 93 second mark. From 93, there's a whole heap of people between 93 and 95. So
yeah, a lot of serious paddlers, a lot of good runs.
Yep.
Probably going to start to get the first qualifier through.
Lucien.
I think he got a silver medal here last time, the World Cup.
Yeah.
And
I think it's because I'm Australian. I get very nervous when but that's why I get nervous.
Oh,
I mean, seriously, Lucien, why would you do that to me?
Joe, someone did something similar. Marcella Beta did something very similar.
Why would you give the judges work to do on the third gate on the course, for goodness sake? But anyway, we'll see.
Well, he hasn't been given anything.
No.
And I have to say, I love watching Lucien paddle. He's such a smooth paddler, and he's just gone to the outside of 8.
Oh my God.
I wonder, did he know that maybe 2 was very tight? And
he's been given a 50 for the 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I love watching Lucien too, but before I started watching Lucien, my hair was blonde. And ever since I started watching Lucien, I've gone grey.
Few grey hairs.
Thanks, Lucien, for that.
I like that being it makes him a very exciting paddler to watch. He's I love whenever Lucien comes on. I always watch his run because he's such a smooth paddler.
And you know, Noel, on those days when you do see him get it all together and come down and not pick up a 50 or something, you know he's going to be in the mix for a medal.
Yeah, it's a very exciting thing to watch, and I like that. He's and I think he can be one of the quickest on the circuit, at the times.
Yeah.
In a boat that he designed himself as well. He's designed this boat called the GT, and I think he's 2 of them here, and he seems really happy with them, and he looks very good in them as well.
Yeah. But unfortunately, just look down there on the side of the screen there. It's.
He's still pending on 2 though, in fairness.
Yes, but he's got two other 50s.
Kicked it all off.
Yeah. We're going to have a look at the penalty now.
It's been put on there.
On gate 2. So, look, he'll be very annoyed if they decide not to give him the 50 on gate 2.
Yeah, here we go now.
Here we go. So, did he or did he not? Heart in the mouth. Ooh, what do you think, Noel? Call it. What do you call it?
I've got to say that's a 50, yeah.
There you go.
Say it. Sorry, Lucien. But, no, it's 50. But I think he knows well that he has the speed going towards Tokyo, and he's their Olympic boat now for Tokyo, and like that. He was in Rio as well, and I'd be one of those sure things for a final in. I definitely see him in the final in Tokyo.
In Tokyo, he should be. Yeah.
Tim Maxiner, German. I think he was in the final here last time, 2019, and another extremely strong paddler. Yeah.
Did you put this block of chocolate in front of me, Noel? What's going on here, mate? Stop trying to distract me.
Fairies put it there, wasn't me.
Stop trying to distract me with the waft of chocolate coming over me, even through my mask. Yeah. Tim's tidy so far.
Yeah,
top of the course.
He's pretty in touch at Vit's split, and he's another really nice guy, really strong paddler, and
pushed Dennis for the qualification, didn't he?
Yeah, he was definitely the closest 2 hands for the Tokyo qualification. Just picked up a touch there, but I would love to see him in the final, but I don't know if he's still in touch. 2 seconds, he's a bit slow there.
So we've got Tim, then Boris Nouveau, and then we're into the top 10. We'll start to see who will go through to the final then.
Curious, he chose to do the 2 back-offs. So Steven Hanks, who's the other German, the Germans obviously know this place the best, so Hanks did a straight and then a back-off, and then a straight and then a spin, and then he did 2 back-offs. So I'm curious to see what Aigner is going to do. Will he do 2 straights, or like how will Germans who know this place the best, what way are they going to go for it? I think Aigner was 5th in the heats, so we still have a while to watch him. Yeah,
We have, yeah, he was 5th. It's a very good top 10 to come. With a couple of little surprises in there. Boris Nouveau.
so French Olympic boat.
Yep.
Very, very experienced paddler.
Talking about Olympic qualifications that were torturous. This one for the French.
Longest, such a long drawn out one, yeah, but I'm very happy to see him go now. It's going to be like, he definitely deserves it after so long we've been trying to do it, and I'm really excited to watch him in Tokyo. And he's looking together a nice top anyway. Bit tight in the exit there, a bit messy. But
yeah, I think that the problem for the French is a lot of their paddlers went missing. Not literally, but their form fell off so much during the qualification year that they were struggling to find athletes putting together enough good finishes to get enough points to qualify.
I don't even know if it was like their form. I thought their minimum standard was so high. It was such a high standard. And in fairness, the French, that was tight.
Oh, come on, Boris. Why would you do that?
But if there's any federation that could set something that high, that hard, it would be the French, because they've so much depth and they're all such good paddlers, you know.
And good morning to you, or good evening to you, Richard Fox, if you're watching back in Australia, which I know you will be.
Very good.
Loves his paddling.
He's putting together a nice bottom here, and he was in touch with Vit split. That was quick. Yeah, he's a bit held up there.
Nothing, no pending on that gate, so obviously they at this stage thought it was fine.
He's pretty smooth down the bottom
Actually,
here.
his time's going to be pretty good,
I think it's going to be pretty competitive. 91 maybe?
93? Oh, 92,
just
yeah.
92.
Okay.
So what's that, third?
Third.
I think maybe that'll be competitive.
Well, it will be competitive. You can stake your bottom dollar on that. Will it be enough, though, to get into top 10? I think if you're Vit Prindis now, you'd be starting to just clear your calendar for this afternoon, because you'll be popping up into the final, I think.
I wonder is Cowser going to be the bubble 5th? That 92.8, I think maybe, because he had a touch. I think maybe without the touch he'd be in, but maybe, yeah, I think.
That touch, and there was such a silly touch for him, he'll be so peeved.
Yeah. Halsen here, Martin Halsen on the course, another extremely fast Slovakian paddler.
Going for it too, really going for it.
Yeah, he's really strong, dynamic. Trains in Liptovsky.
He's going to make you happy across the pond here, I think. Nolly's going to really go for it.
That was nice, really nice use of the edge there, and yeah, he's lovely. I reckon this will be up on the split. 27, yeah, 0.75. Yeah, pretty quick run.
Here he goes, he's going to really go for it here. Look at him putting in the hard yards.
Yeah, he's pretty good across there. It seems to be if you can hold that eddy line down there and not go too deep into the eddy, it seems to be you can get a good bit of speed across the pool there. Just picked up a touch.
Lazy touch there. Well, I've got to stop saying that because there's nothing lazy about it. But now he's.
That was lovely. That was like he sunk the tail a bit, but he got a bit of speed off of it, and he's still really in touch with the split there. He's only 0.08 down.
With the touch, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So close enough, if good enough.
Yeah, and
for Martin Halsen,
he's
if he can
pin that as well, decent exit. If he puts together nice last 2 ups here, that was quick. What will he do here? Will he kick the tail out? Oh, that's pretty fast as well. Good. That's like Christopher Bauer's one. Really quick.
Yep, that's very good. I think he's going to be now 87. He'll be around 92 as well, I think, will he? Yep. So.
Wow. 93, he's dropped off
he's dropped off there. He just struggled through that last bit of the course.
It's hard to say. I'd have to see Vit's run again down the bottom, because Vit must have been seriously quick down the bottom, because a lot of people seem to be up on his first 2 splits. And then, but I thought that was going to be top 3 anyway. And,
so we have our first finalist.
Vit's in, is he?
Vit Prindis.
Nice. Eric waiting on the bubble here.
Eric waiting on the bubble for not only for the final, but possibly for Tokyo.
Yeah.
Because Isaac Ostrom is now down to 7th.
Yeah. And Isaac's run was so good as well. It was such a good performance.
So here we have another of the Frenchmen.
Yeah. It's nice. He same again could be very quick. I think he pushed the Olympic selection same again an extra day because he won one of the races, and like that he can be seriously quick. Just down on Vit's split.
had a very good run in the qualifying, so set him up nicely for this tilt at the final.
He was a bit, the whole pool section there, I thought he might have been a bit slow, and he hugged a lot of the eddy. I'm curious to see this second split now.
He was bludging a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he's a bit off now on this second split. 2.26. Which actually, did he touch? I think that was swinging when he got to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's not really, there's no wind out there today. A little bit of a breeze, which maybe.
He's done that nicely. He seems to be very composed here. Like he's very smooth and like he's really racing within himself, which is pretty cool to see. And like that was a lovely run. That was a lovely up down the bottom there. Like he's knitting together. Like
he is.
That was lovely.
He's not doing anything crazy.
Little drop off the edge there, but he's a lot of speed out of the up there.
Here he is. He's going to really go for the finish line.
Yeah, I think maybe in 93.
Yep. Ooh, just fell into a bit of a puddle there, but
kind of a deceptive run. He's really happy at the finish, but it didn't look like hugely quick. And
no, it wasn't.
But he picked up a lot of like time down the bottom, I think.
Eric Holmer is in.
That's his first World Cup final.
What a time to do it.
Yeah. So if there's any time to do it. Giovanni
he would have woken up this morning and thought, I might be able to get to the Olympics today, and hello, now I'm in the final.
This man's on form.
Isn't he?
World Cup, won here in 2017, silver medal in the Euros and silver medal last weekend. Yeah. So if you want to place bets, I'd be betting on this guy. He's really in good form.
Isn't he? And he just paddles so fast. He looks like a sack full of angry ferrets sitting in a boat. And
his style is like he's so good technically, but he's also like so good physically as well. Like there's no chinks in his armor. Like he's just like a really good paddler to watch. Like and like that, like very good top. I don't think we got a second. We didn't get the first split, but he looks really in touch
and clean.
He's a man to look out for Tokyo.
Isn't he? Yeah. Most certainly is.
And I remember he won the heats in Rio in 2016, so I'd be but that was quick.
Yeah, no, he looked like he was going to get stuck there, but he pulled it together.
He's just below Vit split, but he kept the bow pointing downstream, and he's like good in the exit here. And we've seen now before that Vit is extremely quick on the bottom here. And that was good as well, like a bit wishy on the edge, but his touch was a touch.
Yeah. Ooh, that might make things a bit tricky for him because he's already down on the split.
Yeah, Joe, I think might still be in touch. He's good there. Everything in front of 24. I think this could. Won't take the lead.
It won't take the lead. You've got to get around that gate under about 84.
91.
So he's going to be.
That was fifth. I think that'll be in.
You're calling it, are you?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's. Well, look, we've Smolin left to qualify, and then Giovanni. So we need two people to go below a 92.
Oh, okay. Who are you going to nominate to bugger it up from here?
Oh, I'm not offended. No. Keep an eye straight. I'll see it I'll call it just after they mess up.
Yeah, right? Good one. Well, yeah, it's going to be tough. There's some very fast paddlers still to come.
Yeah. Mateus Placic, definitely another really strong paddler. Kind of a product of that really good Polish system that we were talking about.
So Boris Nouveau is through to the final. So at the moment it's Prindes, Holmer, Nouveau.
Wow, Boris, that's very good for him.
Yep. So we have 7 more places to go, and Noel's already put his reputation on the line by saying that Giovanni will get through. So 2 guys are going to have to make a bit of a mess of it, but he's not prepared to name who.
Not prepared. I'll name
he has written down
right after they.
Oh, there's one. There you go.
I reckon it's Placic actually. I said that. I'd really be eating my words now, but he's quick to the pool, and he was 1.5, and then he took the touch after the split. That's the thing.
Yeah. So maybe this is one of the guys that going to struggle from the top 10 to get through to the final.
He's really nice there on the back.
Yep.
Like that was quick.
3.43, yeah.
And that's with the touch. So yeah, I thought maybe the time would be in touch, but it's still a bit off.
He's going to find it hard to get 3 seconds back at the bottom of the course. Again, because we know Prindes was so strong down the bottom.
Yeah. And he has, 1.03 to pull up. He'll probably go into the top 10, but I don't know if he'll hold out on it. Oh, that was tight. Another
back.
touch.
There you go. There's one of the 2 that might not make it. I think at this stage, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
the young man from Poland.
That is Smolin qualified. 2 World Cup
Smokin'
finals.
Smolin is through to the final.
Yeah, 2 World Cup finals in a row. Pretty good form.
Yeah.
Going towards the Olympics.
It's Olympic form, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You can tell he's in good nick. There's Grieger.
What is he doing? What is he listening to?
Dancing on the
what
start
is he
line.
going? What's happening?
Yeah.
Jakob, wake up.
Yeah.
What? Has he got headphones in or something, or is he just
He's
singing to himself?
He's full of smiles. He's always like pretty nice. Very nice guy.
He is, pound for pound, the nicest guy
on the circuit.
Isn't
yeah,
he?
he's like that. He always has like nice things to say.
Just lovely and fast.
Yeah. Like he's like what I said with Giovanni. He's one of those guys who just he's ticked. He's so impressive technically, and he's also so impressive physically. And like that is.
He's one of the guys that I want to see him just nail a run one day, just to see how fast he really is.
Yeah, and he's good. Like he's
like look at that.
1.0 or 1.2 up. This.
Come on, Jakob, hold it together. Let's see something really special today. Today could be the day.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling in my water about this. This is going to be the day we see Jakob Grieger.
I think he was in the final last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he made the final.
Yeah. And that was a lovely up. Oh, he's in the stopper a little bit, but he's back out. He still has time to play out, I think.
Yeah.
Like he's still up in the split. He's gone for a really tight exit, got a lot out of it.
Yep.
This is a competitive run. If he can just, now obviously it is extreme. Ooh, that was lovely as well. That was a lot of speed, carried a lot of speed through that.
I'm liking the look of this run. I'm liking the cut of his jib on this run.
Yeah,
I think it's...
he's done well.
Yeah, nice.
He's sucking diesel.
Nice.
As we say back home.
What is he doing?
He's sucking diesel.
He's sucking diesel.
Yeah.
Righto. Doesn't sound like a good thing to do, but he's going to be... Look how fast this is going to be. This is going to be the quickest time.
Oh, yeah.
This is huge.
And
my God.
He knows.
Hello, he says. What do you think of that, everybody?
He took the right line to the finish.
I think he nearly went down the wrong course.
Yeah.
But what a time. I told you, this guy, when he nails one, it's going to be special.
That was very good. Now
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, that was very
88. Yeah, thank you very much. 88.77. What did you think of that, Noel? He's saying. I could hear you bagging me in the commentary, and now look how good I was.
Yeah, it's very good. No, I was always betting on him. Eigner now, final German. I'm curious to see what decisions he does. Like, will he go for a spin or the back off?
Would he have heard the Jakob time? Would he'd know that Jakob did something special?
I'd say he has. If you're on the blocks, I'd say you've heard it.
Depending if the commentator was getting excited or not out there. I mean, we were, but he can't hear us, which is probably a good thing.
That's a good start as well. Like, Eigner's laying it down here. Like, it's a good run.
Another with the Olympic experience, of course. Got an Olympic medal already in his collection at home.
Yeah.
He'll be off to try and add to that in Tokyo.
Third Olympics.
Yeah.
See what he does in the pool here. Yeah, that's a nice line.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's tight, but he's pretty in touch here. Like, he's...
Tell you what, we're seeing a quality...
he's got the edge.
He's in trouble.
I don't think that was the plan to go for the spin. He went for the spin,
but there's a touch.
It's all gone wrong for here. Here for Eigner. Come on, he's going to have to like turn it up now on the way.
Really going to have to, otherwise...
That's at gate 17. I love you.
Otherwise, Giovanni Di Gennaro will be into the final.
Oh, I'm not calling.
As called.
I am not calling Giovanni. I'm not calling that just yet. Right?
Aren't you?
Yeah,
Righto.
Not the German. No, I'm not betting against the German in Germany, right?
Not in Germany, because you won't be allowed out. They'll ask an extra special swab from you when you get to the airport.
As a nice top, everything in front of this. Tight exit as well. This could be it.
No, I don't think you're braver than me. I don't think so.
92, 93,
no, he's out.
94, I think. No,
12.
12. Oh, wow. What's the spread then? So what's 10?
10th is Crespo.
4.6. That's Giovanni and I call it.
You did call it.
Christian Dejany on the start line here. Really nice guy. And
former extreme slalom world champion in Rio.
Yeah. And you know, he's like, he could be so quick on his day. Like, I was really happy to see him pull off that run in the heats, because he's in Ivrea this year in the world ranking race. He won with a spectacular run, and he pushed Giovanni right to the end of the Olympic selection. So
Peter Kauser is watching this one with intent.
Oh, it's Kauser.
Because Kauser is on the cusp.
Yeah. It's a good start. Has a lot of speed in that, and it's a tight exit. That was quick as well. If he... I'm gonna go. I reckon he'll be up on the split, maybe.
Up on the split? No.
No, he's just in touch though.
Yeah.
He's up on Vit, so it's split now. It's Grieger's split.
Yeah, Grieger was really quick, wasn't he, on the top?
Yeah. Oh, caught an edge a bit there, but I think he's still done it pretty fast.
Oh, it's tight. It's clean, and it's
Yeah, he's. Oh, have we had many clean? Yeah, like a
the
lot
top.
of clean.
The top 5, the top 4 are all clean.
Really nice up on 14. Going for a straight.
Oh, maybe he lost a little bit of time there, maybe.
Carried a bit of speed though, remember. Yeah, he's still pretty in touch with Grieger's split.
And Grieger, by the way, is nearly 2 seconds up on the rest of the field.
Yeah.
So
That's nice as well. Decent bit of speed. Grieger was seriously fast
Yep.
in that section. So, but Giovanni's like really, or not Giovanni, Christian's very in touch here. Oh, that's tight, and that's quick.
that's quick.
That was
Good,
very quick.
good, very good.
Oh,
Ooh,
he's got a touch on 22. Oh, he's caught an edge.
really?
I didn't see a touch.
Okay.
Oh, maybe he did in the up.
All right then.
This is quick.
I think with a touch you're going to be
With a
out.
touch.
Yeah, no.
By 92, 93. That would be in
Hey.
without the touch. I think.
Maybe they'll review it. I didn't see it. You didn't see it, did you?
I think maybe the camera panned off it. He seems really happy with it.
Well, he's 8th.
He's 8th.
He's 8th at the moment.
He's actually next in.
Peter Kauser is in.
I'd love to see Christian in now. That'd be amazing. Felix Oshmalz.
Young guy from Austria, heading to Tokyo.
Yep, heading to Tokyo now, and he's definitely extremely quick and powerful, and yeah, he just has all the right stuff.
We have 3 paddlers to go. Felix, then Bradley Forbes Crynes, and then Joseph Clark will be the last paddler on the course. So the 3 nervous paddlers watching on are Christian Di Donaggio and Sergei Mamistov from Russia is still in the mix.
Yeah, he's
And
actually
sitting there on number
10.
10,
Yeah.
sorry, sitting there on number 10, Noel is Isaac
Is Isaac.
Ostrom, who desperately needs to get into the final
Yeah.
to keep his Olympic dream.
I'd actually love to see Isaac make the final. I think it'd be so exciting if they did. Felix was 50 there? No, he's fine. I wasn't looking, sorry. And I'd love to see Isaac in the final. I think it'd be really exciting.
But
Like,
for him to do that, either Felix, Bradley or Joe will, in fact all 3 of them,
All of them will have
will
to
need
mess
to mess up.
Felix, he's decent here. He's not like he's 2.12 off Grieger. Was that a touch on the back at 18 there? I think it's fine.
Tell you what, there'd be a lot of paddlers listening saying, Noel, when you retire, please don't become a judge.
Yeah, sorry. It definitely shouldn't be. I keep going, was that?
Let's go down with the 50s. No, it wasn't.
I really hope the judges don't listen to me.
No.
Oh, that was very quick.
Very. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
we've
just
not seen
putting those
anybody
in the
do
bull
that.
out.
He tried to go through the buller.
You know, he's still quick around it though. Like, it's
Yeah.
not.
I've
It
not
could be in touch.
really.
92.
My God, how can you hit the bollard and still?
That's in.
Oh, he's in.
That's in with that.
He's hit the
What?
bollard and
Oh,
he's.
that's insane. I thought that was like game over. Wow.
It was like it crashed into the side wall.
Yeah, shows just how quick he can be.
My goodness me.
So
Well,
Christian's still waiting. That's Isaac.
Isaac's
now.
out. Maybe that's the end of the Olympic dream
Yeah.
for Isaac.
It's
Maybe.
hard to say
We don't
because
know whether the Swedes are crazy
I
brave.
think there's a very good argument to send both of them. That's the thing. It's a very good argument, yeah.
I
So
don't know if that's legal though. But
Bradley on the course here.
yes. So the British rivalry. Oh.
He'll take on the pool now. Right?
Well, he will
He
because
better.
because Bradley. I think in Bradley's mind, there's only one paddle he wants to beat.
Yeah,
And that's Joe.
I think he's definitely on serious form here. Like
Yeah.
he's paddling so well.
He was so good in the qualifying, and his time was so fast, and then Joe came out and beat it by a second and a half.
Bit about it, just really in touch with Grieger. Like
Ooh, yep, nice, very nice, very fast.
and I think he's one of those. He's heading to Tokyo now, and I think he's same
Yeah.
again. He's going to be one of those paddlers that really exciting. You're looking forward to see him race like.
What he's going to throw together, yeah.
Because he's in such good form and
Yeah.
shape and all. Like it's nice.
Right,
Bit
yep.
hesitant, but he's knitting together pretty nice. He's up on
Oh,
Grieger's
look how
split.
fast he is. I mean, Grieger was like lightning,
Yeah,
and
and
Brad,
it's I find it hard to see where he got that time on because, like, yeah, that was quick as well. Lovely eggs on it.
so far, yeah. We might be
He-
seeing
he-
something special here.
He's racing within himself, isn't he? Like he's not.
Well, he is, but he's so he's like.
He's so quick, yeah. That was late. He's doing the back off.
Oh, yes.
He's giving away a bit of time there.
Yeah, but I think he's still. I mean, he had time to give away.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
the thing.
So, yeah.
I think he's going to be safely through to the final.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he'll
think-
be
I
into the
think
final, no problem at all. So that's
91, I got. No. Oh, 91 in.
Yep. So he's third fastest.
We're waiting Christian on the bubble there.
Third fastest for Bradley Forbes Crimes. Jakub Grigar is still the quickest by a long way. I mean, look how special that run was from Grigar.
There we go. I saw his heats run. I didn't even know the time.
I didn't see it because it was so fast.
Yeah, I didn't even know the time, and I reckoned he'd won just from looking at it. Like, this will be quite the run now. I'm pleased to see it.
Yeah, I walked out there and I saw this blur go past, and I thought, what was that? And it was Joe Clark.
No,
doing the K1.
You can tell he's in seriously.
Oh, look how fast he's thinking, right, I'm going to show you guys how lucky you are that I'm not going to Tokyo, because this is how fast I can paddle.
I was up in the back there, and yeah. Hard to say. I don't know if he'll be up in the split or not. It's hard to say. Oh, who might be? He's definitely up in the split. Yeah.
I mean, he's had that. He went off and had that shoulder.
Yeah.
He had the shoulder
Yeah,
off, didn't he? Because he had a shoulder problem, which was.
And he spent a lot of the winter of 2020, I think, like dealing with the shoulder, and now like to see him back as if nothing's changed is like really cool to see. And
yeah, it's like the guy who was already one of the fastest in the world, and then he said, I'm just going to get my shoulder fixed up so I can be a little bit faster.
Yeah, and he nailed 14 there. He's gone for the direct. That was a quick direct.
Oh!
Bit of a pushback, but he's still going to be up, I think. Yeah.
Fast.
Nice. This is a quick run now.
Yeah. Something would have to go drastically wrong here for Joe. Oh,
yeah, Joe not making
right.
it in, like, lovely up. I think he gets so much out of his boat. Like, he's really good at getting a lot of pressure back from the boat, like, and it's so good to see. He's going for the spin.
Going for the spin. He's playing it safe.
That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
I think. Oh, he's hit the buller.
He hit the buller, but maybe he saw Felix do that. He thought maybe that's the quick way to pick up.
He's been given a 50 on 23.
No.
I don't know. I think it was in.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Would he be in?
Yeah,
2.82.
he's saying what the WTF?
So he'd be in if it wasn't for the 50. That does mean Christian's in, which is very cool to see. But we'll see. I think there'll be
a review for sure on that one. That was so. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, Cedric, up in the soundproof booth. Let's have a look at the replay of that one, because here we are.
Here we go.
You ask and you shall receive. Cedric squeaks a finger on the pulse. Here we go, up to
Cedric,
23. Did he or did he not?
Oh,
yeah. Here we go. Oh!
I don't know. I don't want to say anything. 50?
Ooh, even our most experienced people here throwing their hands in the air here.
I think from the angle it's at, if we could get an angle like pointing directly up on it, I think from the angle it's...
This is why these guys that we're looking at here, see, they're all losing their hair and going grey, because this is a tough gig.
Look, this is a good angle.
Here we go. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, hard to tell.
Would not want to call that.
Yeah.
I would not want to have to call... Oh! Penalty confirmed. He's not going to be happy about that.
And it was such a good run at the start.
Well,
it's a pity now.
I think the judges maybe got it right, though.
Yeah.
No, what do you think? Anyway, he's going to paddle. He's going to paddle back to Britain now.
No, sometimes I think what the judges say is you got to accept it, and you got to accept it. But I'd still be very proud of that performance. Like,
it was a great run.
It was a great run, and
it was a great run. But
it's a pity it didn't go his way, and he's
now going to paddle off. He will paddle all the way back to Britain now.
Yeah.
So angry.
I don't know what the Brit plans are. Will they be heading home after this, or will some of them be going to Tokyo? Or it's hard to say.
I don't know. You got 10 days of quarantine anyway when they go back.
So there you go. We have a few. So that's Christian Dejanier's first final that I'm aware of anyway. I could be wrong, but that's like a serious result for him.
Isn't it?
Eric Holmer obviously in the final in fourth. Sorry. Yeah, what a run.
That is a great run.
That is some final. I tell you something, it's stacked.
It's a very open final.
Yeah. Curiously, there's no...
Yeah, that is a very open final.
No Germans, am I right in saying that?
No Germans, no.
That's quite a surprise. I thought Igner, and you know what, Kauser was the bubble. I kind of thought Kauser would be the bubble from the start.
You did. I mean, and people listening at home, that's why we pay all the big money to come in and commentate.
That's why I'm the one that gets the big bucks here.
For those sorts of insights. He made the early call and he was spot on. Yeah, I mean, that is a very, very open final when you look at it. Obviously, you've got a couple of the tried and tested guns like Kauser and Prindis. And then you've got these other guys who are super fast, like Grigor and Forbes Krynes and Schmoll and Felix Osmar, who, there we go. Let's have a look. This is Felix crashing into the bollard.
Yeah, and then he just, like, pulled it out of the bag. It was like, that was so impressive to watch. Like, and
I mean, look at if Grigor 1.87 seconds faster than Prindis. That was a very special one. Can he do it twice in one day? That's the question.
I think it can be very hard like that. Like, you rarely see that where someone wins the semis and then they win the final right away afterwards. Like, it can be very hard to do.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an exciting one. I honestly don't know who I'd bet on.
I would, I mean...
Like, they could all win it. They could all take it.
I mean, you would think if Kauser puts down a good run early on, everyone else will know it's been done, and then he's got that advantage of being the second guy on the course for the final.
Yeah, and you've Kauser and Giovanni back to back, so that's like two like paddlers who've won here a few times. Like,
Noel, it's been wonderful. It's hard to believe that somebody who paddles so well as you do can also be so brilliant behind a microphone. But it's been lovely having you here, mate.
Yeah, thanks
really
very much.
appreciate it. Are you going to be at the World Championships?
Yep, I'll be in Bratislava. And
looking forward to you there. And I know you'll be in the final there today. You won't be able to commentate for us there. But any day that you are not, if you have a down day, always welcome back.
Whenever I have a bad day, I'll give you a shout.
And that won't happen too often in the future. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
We'll be back with the finals in about an hour or so. Half an hour, my goodness. 20 minutes, in fact, they tell me. Cedric in the soundproof booth has just informed me. And we'll be back in 20 seconds with the women's, 20 minutes with the women's final. Join us then. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks very much.